Oh my gosh. Welcome out to Kojak's Live. We'll be right back. So we've got the action rolling now, live at Kojak's Saturday night. Welcome out. In the booth with us, we've got
Murphy Lee in the Cadillac.
Murphy Lee in the Cadillac, otherwise known as Chris Murray. We've got Charlie, and over here we've got our technology expert. We were pointing to him a while ago, but you couldn't hear us. We didn't have the technology on. Now we've got everybody on. Now that you can hear us, we're going to start with the action of Pot Limit Omaha.
Reagan wakes up with aces.
Would you rather have ace 4-3 or king jack 10-9?
I'll go ahead and take ace 4-3.
All right, I'll take king jack. I'll take king jack. You've already taken it.
Okay. I did already take it.
I take the king jack. So we're going to have a 3-bet by Reagan.
But now that I can see all the hands and all the clubs that are out, I'll keep the aces.
I'm taking king jack. I'm taking king jack. So I've got Billy this hand. We're playing for dinner this hand.
Jason's got double suited, which just flopped a straight. So
I've got 3 paired to your pocket aces. We're playing for dinner. How do you feel about that?
I've got a...
Billy flopped 3 pair.
I've got 3 paired.
Jason flopped a straight.
So your guy's already folded, so my dinner's on you tonight, right?
Well, only one of them can win. If your guy doesn't win...
I don't see how I can lose.
Well, to aces. Well, I'll be damned.
So...
Aces and king jack both lost.
So we'll call that one, we'll call it a wash.
Bo
Jason's
looks
gonna pick up
excited to be here this evening.
He's got his Callaway shirt on. Every time we see him in here, is he a golfer?
Yeah, Bo is a golfer.
No,
he is a miniature golfer.
A miniature golfer.
Yeah.
Hey, we are getting a golden tee machine this week, so
we're all golfers.
Yeah, we'll all become golfers.
Yes.
So we do have $10 on the button. The second hand of PLO is going to be Billy's. We have not yet seen straddles how we're used to.
No, there's not enough alcohol in their system yet.
It will be shortly.
Oh, I'm telling you.
There's Miss Heather walking by. Looks like we're about to be doing a food order. When Mr. Chris Gwynn leaves this, make sure Heather does not leave us out.
For show.
Hey, there's King Jack, the Kojak in Sergio's hand. First action on him, he's going to let it go because he doesn't like the 87 with it.
It's suited. There's nothing. That's worth a look.
That's the problem with PLO. You look at 4 cards, man, you can make all kinds of possibilities. It's hard to not have 4 cards look good. You know that?
Man, that's not true. You can't.
There's a lot of connection in that hand that he just folded.
Yeah.
Both?
You can't fake suited cards, right? There were suited connectors.
Yep.
I mean, early position.
So looking at this, I like the ace 7 3 3 2. There's not a lot of 3s out. Actually, we haven't seen a 3, we haven't seen a 2, haven't seen a 7, haven't seen an ace.
It's not terrific in PLO.
But we get to see an advantage that no one else gets to see.
All
We get to
of
see
the
what's
cards.
we get to see what's not out. There's your ace and your 3. We knew none of them were out there.
And you're still leery about ace 3. Not a great hand, right?
Not especially when there's ace queen possibly.
You
out
got
there.
4 people.
Right.
So a lot of sets get flopped in PLO.
So setting in the hijack, Daryl's got the best of this flop with 2 pair. It's going to check all the way over to Billy on the button. He's going to bet right at pot. He bets $200. Pot was setting at 210. Action goes over to Slate. Slate's thinking about it. He's got gut shot to a king for a straight.
And Billy will push the action. That's
He
one
hit
thing
the
you can
king.
guarantee. Yeah.
He hit the king.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, Billy's got it also. So they both hit. So I picture here, it's going to go bet by Slate, probably a pot.
Anybody have clubs or spades? What is the...
Daryl's got 2 spades.
No, I'm talking about Frankie. Or whoever's got the 2 straights. Billy?
Billy and Slate have a straight.
And no one's on a flush draw.
No, Daryl's got a flush draw, but he's going to let it go. I figured it's going to go pot, call.
So we're just going to chop.
We're going to chop. There's no cards that can come. It's 50-50. So we're going to see the size of the stack go out there. Billy's going to call it.
That's a scary card.
Oh, that's it's not a terrible card for either player, but if Billy bets the pot right here, that's going to scare the crud out of Michael Slate. And Billy's the type of player who can say pot. He did.
Slate's also the kind of player that can... Is he laying it down? That's 2 big laydowns for Slate.
Wow. Billy uses his power of the yellow chips, bets the pot of $2,500. He's going to pull down a $5,000 pot, and he's going to take the lead. He's now up over $13,000.
Slate had a chance in that hand to take control of that pot.
If he would have let out on the river with his first action, Billy
at best could call.
But the thing about Billy is Billy's a good player. Billy knows the spots that these guys play with each other quite a bit. He knows Slate. He could have still potted it right there, and that would have been even harder. I think Slate saved him some money by checking.
I don't know. I mean, you don't have to bet the pot, right? I mean,
Right.
Slate can kind of see where he's at with a half pot raise.
But one thing that's good about Slate sitting in seat 8,
We get to look at his
we get to see
Ugly
seat 8's
mug.
hand. We get to see seat 8's hand.
and 9 of his fingers.
Hey, there's another Kojak. There's the Basil, the Jack 10, 83. And the Jack 10, 83 is going to pot it to $30. Michael Slate's sitting there with King, Queen, 9, 8. All kinds of straight draws. He's going to call the 30. Daryl's got all kinds of craziness to call the 30. Frankie calls the 30 from the hijack. Billy's on the cutoff. Queen, Jack.
And a bingo game broke out.
Only at Kojak's can you have a pot and can you have 6 callers. So we've got $180 sitting on the pot, sitting in the pot. We've got sitting on the
A
pot.
couple guys sitting on the pot too.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
we got 6 guys sitting on the pot. Flop comes out, ace 3 10. A whole lot of nothing for Slate. He's setting at a 1% chance to win.
Frankie bet 200. Is he the
Do you know why
his
Slate was
gut
setting on a
shot?
1% chance there to win?
in case they came runner?
All the
runner?
jacks were out. So it had to go runner, his cards to win.
Right.
He couldn't win with a straight. There was no jacks left. Frankie's going to make a little bet there on the flop. Everybody's going to fold to him. So Frankie pulls in a win of $150. Frankie does like to stack his chips up. We've talked in the past about how players like to stack their chips. Frankie likes to stack them tall.
Frank used to be an old. What was he telling me? A gigolo, cowboy gigolo. I think was the term he used. I think that's where that comes from. I don't know how the two go together, but
I figured he played a lot of Legos.
that's what he said. Yes.
But look at, is that Jason's stack setting in?
No, that's Reagan's,
that's Reagan's
chips.
Man, mountains out there.
Yeah.
We will see tonight. We've got right around. It looks like $60,000 on
If
the
I had
table
that stack
plus.
of chips, I wouldn't work.
I know, right?
Oh, it don't work. And I don't have that stack of chips.
That's why we're
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah. Sergio looks like he's someone's about to pull one of his teeth.
He looks
He
like
looks
he might have a
serious.
big hand.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna have a big hand.
Have we seen it?
No,
Not
we're
yet.
about to. Actions on Frankie. He's gonna call. Billy's gonna call with. Billy folds 10s. Oh, that's why Sergio was looking like that. He had 9-8-6-3. Couldn't wait to throw those cards away.
Thank God Slate put his hat back on.
Hey, he's sporting that premier flow hat. Flop comes out, 3-3 jack. Daryl picks up the best of that with the jack. Nobody's got a 3. The only 3 went in the muck was in Sergio's hand. Quick bet on the flop by Daryl with the best hand. It's going to be a quick fold by Jason, and Daryl's going to stack up his chips. Building the wall of Daryl on seat 9. Those chips are really hard to get from Daryl. Because Daryl's not going to put his money in there behind.
Yeah, Daryl's pretty solid. Daryl's not going to just donk off a whole bunch of chips. You're gonna have to have a hand.
So as we said, we're still learning all of our camera modes here. We're going to flip it around to following players round. Otherwise, we wouldn't get to see Jason's new goatee and shaved head for his mohawk.
He's got what appears to be like a curling iron burn on his neck. I'm not sure if he got bit by something.
All right. Reagan picks up the American Airlines. No nut flush. No, are those both clubs? Yeah.
No.
He's got the nut
Oh,
flush
yeah.
club draw in his hand. Slate's got 9-8, 8 deuce.
You're gonna get a call from 10-10, 8-9 suited for sure.
So we've got 4 players going to the flop. $210 in the pot. Flop comes out. 2, Queen, Jack. Nobody has any of that except for the 2. So your pocket tens are going to be in the absolute lead right now. Only reason the pocket tens are in the lead is not only is that the only pair out there bigger than a deuce, but it's also open-ended straight.
There was zero doubt Reagan was raising in that position. I still would have made the call, I think, with 10-10, 8-9 suited.
Right. So Reagan.
That's a lot of opportunity to hit a straight.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
Yeah.
of opportunity.
Reagan did pot it. So pot was $210 at the time. So
Is that
he,
the board?
that's the board.
Like
Three
the
on
10
the
right
turn.
there. If you're holding the 10-10, 9-8, could be really, really painful though.
It turned to flush, 9 high flush.
So Reagan and Jason like to make a lot of prop bets. I don't know. We'll find out from one of our dealers what prop bets they have. In the past, they've been saying if a 2 of clubs comes on the flop, player X is drinking, and if an ace of spades comes, player Y is drinking.
Yeah, they're kind of crazy. Apparently, Jason likes to play with hand grenades. I don't know what that's about, but
No clue with him. First under the gun, Reagan picks up King, Queen, Jack, 3. He's got a straight flush in 3-card poker that pays 60 to 1.
I think he lost a prop bet. That's why he has a mohawk.
He's gonna let that go. Daryl calls the $10. Frankie calls the $10.
I don't think Frankie's
No,
there.
Frankie's not even there, so he can't call. Action was just on him.
Frankie tends to play better when he's not there.
Oh, it wasn't a call by Daryl.
Yeah, it was a raise by Daryl. Just
Something
misclicked.
Struck Billy funny. Maybe Reagan said he could do more push-ups than Billy. I don't know.
So it does look like we're gonna have 5 players going to the flop. 125 in there. Flop comes 4, 4, 6.
That can call.
Yeah, there's not much that we can see there. Not much we can see. Billy's gonna make a bet.
Is that an open-ended straight? Just straight draw with Daryl?
Yeah, and he lets it go. He lets it go. He's not going to gamble. When he's putting his money in there, he's got the goods.
And Billy's not going to stop applying pressure.
Battery level.
Look at Daryl's eyes. He's looking over at Reagan and Jason thinking, how quick can I get my money from Jason? These players are all friends, but when poker cards are on the table and chips are on the table, they are out to draw some blood.
No friends around a poker table.
The only friends you have are the friends that just busted you.
Right. They'll all tell you nice hand and good game as you're walking out broke.
So Slate's going to raise it up to $25. Daryl's going to make the call. Action's now on Frankie, who's back at the table. Him and Billy both release their hands. Sergio looks down at ace 7, 4, 3. He's got the nut spade draw.
Clear swings?
He's got the nut spade draw.
Yes.
Bo's going to, and he's going to, Jeff Barnhart is going to 3-bet it to $75.
And then I need the 14 ounce of the bottom.
So we're going to have 2, 4, 6, 7 people in the pot. 7 people in the pot. Pot is at $475. Flop comes out. Ace 3, 9.
Rainbow.
Rainbow flop. However, Daryl picks up top 2 pair.
Sergio's got the aces and threes.
Reagan's got the
aces
full
and nines.
wrap wheel draw. He's got the 2, 4, 5 sitting in his hand, and he's also got 2 of the 2s. So chances are, if anything comes out low, he is going to hit the wheel. Sergio, it's going to go check, check. Sergio with ace 7, 3, 4, 2 pair, big and little pair. He's going to pot it at, or no, he's not going to pot it. He's going to bet $275. Reagan and Daryl both are going to call. Turn card comes a jack of diamonds. Nobody is sitting with diamonds, so nobody's got the flush draw. We do have no Broadway draws out there, so ace 9 is still going to be leading this hand. Daryl's setting 88% chance to win. 2 on the river completes the wheel wrap that Reagan had. Action first on Daryl. Daryl's going to lead out with $500 or $600. He bets $500. Action's on Sergio. No chance Sergio can call this with just 2 pair. He's going to double check his cards, make sure he doesn't have a 4 or 5 hidden in there. He's going to realize quickly that he does not.
And with that was a beautiful card on that river.
So
I gave-
Daryl leads out with $500 right here. Reagan's playing the button. He's gonna raise it.
without question.
And Daryl knows.
The Stone Cold Nuts.
And Daryl knows what he's raising with right here. No doubt in my mind, Daryl knows he's got 4 or 5 in his hand.
Gives him the old Dirty Sanchez look across the table. $1,500 to call from Daryl.
I don't think there's any chance that Daryl can make this call. He's not going to call with an ace and a 9.
He absolutely knows Reagan is capable of a bluff in this spot, so
But I think
that
it's too
might
early.
be the reason if he gets paid off.
He calls.
Yeah.
Daryl makes the call. So we've got the first $5,400 pot of the night, and Daryl suspected that Reagan was making the bluff. He knows that that's in Reagan's bag of tricks that he has, and Reagan put him to the test, and Daryl fell for the bait right there. I think in all of the nights,
It's also nice when you can put a guy to the test with the Stone Cold Nuts, right?
that is the truth. So out of all the nights that I've been commentating, that is the first bad call I've seen Daryl make. Ace Jack beat you right there. Pocket deuces, pocket threes, pocket aces, pocket jacks, pocket nines beat you right there.
With a player like Reagan, you're gonna know if he's got you beat on the flop in the turn. Reagan's not much of a. He's not just gonna call it down, right? He's gonna raise it. He's gonna find out where he's at, for sure.
So I think we have a new chip leader at the table. I think Reagan is the new chip leader. Excuse me. Billy's sitting at $13,335. Reagan is right behind him at $12,900. So this little screen, which they can't see at home, this little screen right here, what this shows is when it's yellow means the cards have not been dealt out yet. Once they're all dealt out, it'll turn green, and this is all the guy at the table sees. When it turns green, that means the cards have been read. If it stays yellow, the cards have not been read. As we see the cards dealing out right here, that will change up a little bit.
Charlie, do we have time to thank our sponsors real fast?
No, we do not, because our only sponsor is Mr. Clyde Hinton and the Kojak's Poker Club. Also, Clyde Hinton, John Reynolds, and Miss Carrie Shaver have given us permission to bring you the Kojak's mini series starting Wednesday, January the 20th. We'll be starting with a $500 Big O tournament, which I know yourself you will be playing in.
Yes, the mini-series are quite a draw. It's a good time, good payouts. So if you have a chance and the coronavirus doesn't scare you, this place is sanitized, extremely aware of
We
The
sanitize every
Corona-
night. We have a company that comes in and sanitizes the tables, the
all
cards, the
all
chips.
of the dealers wear masks. It's a good environment to play poker. You don't have to worry about the
So-
COVID. So come on down for the series. Stay for the main event. Get your picture on the wall. It's a good time.
So what we'll be starting out with is we will be starting out with our $500 Congress, as some people call it, Big O, as some people call it. There's all kinds of names for it, Big Mitt, whatever you want to call it, we have it. That will start Wednesday at 6 o'clock. On Thursday, we have 2 tournaments. We have the $1,000 no limit high roller tournament starting at 5 o'clock. Right around the corner of that at 6 o'clock starts the $300 bounty tournament where all bounty chips are worth $100. On Friday and Saturday, we have our $400 main event, day 1, A, B, and C. It is a $40,000 guarantee, and I don't know if you know about Kojak's Poker Club, but our guarantees always get crushed here. We had a $150,000 guarantee at our last main event. What did we get to, 170 almost?
Yeah, something around that neighborhood.
Something around 170. We guaranteed the main before that, we guaranteed 120 and got to 150.
Yep.
So people out in West Texas, they like to play poker. And they like big money tournaments. So on Friday, Saturday, we'll have day 1 of our $40,000 guaranteed main event. We're going to pop over to this hand right here because we have a big hand popping up. Can't see Sergio's cards yet, but the flop comes King 7 deuce, turn card 7, river card 8. Daryl's got A king. He's going to lead out with $600 on the river
Kings and sevens.
with an ace kicker.
Sergio has to make the call, right? Or
Does he have the same thing? Does he have the same thing? I see ace king.
I think so.
Daryl flips his cards over, and I think it is a chop pot. Yes, they were both
Chops.
players informed to bring their chips back. It is going to be a chop pot. That was a great bet by Daryl, and that was a risky call by Sergio, but that shows you he's been playing the higher limit games. He's been improving his game every single week. When he first came in here, he was timid, he was shy, he was getting run over by raises. Right here it shows you. Bet on the river, $600, call, $3,800 pot, and he calls with a king. He's either learning his players or getting extremely boing boing.
He may be using some of Billy's cologne.
Yes. Then also going back to our mini series, so Friday and Saturday we have day 1 A, B, and C of our $40,000 guaranteed main event. Sunday will be day 2 starting at noon. Also on Sunday we have a second chance no limit hold'em $200 entry turbo tournament. So if you miss out on the first main event, you don't finish where you want to, you can always try that second chance tournament.
And we do have people that come over from all over, for sure, all over the state. The last series, we had people from Georgia, Vegas.
We had $12 million in our last mini series in Hendon Mob winnings from Georgia, from Arizona, from Vegas.
Yeah.
We had Mr. Brian Green out here. We had Nick
Pachuli or Pachukalaki or
Yeah.
from Arizona.
Pachuyo.
If you guys don't know that Brian Green, look up his story online. It is very interesting. He parlayed about, I think it was 10 or 20,000 on a 3 or 4 night blackjack bender. Bought into the one drop and finished 3rd or 4th. Turned that 10 grand into north of $1 million. Good guy too. So right here, we're not looking at anything too powerful. We've got Ace King, Jack 9 suited, Queen's Hand, nothing. Nothing too powerful out there at this moment.
So there's not going to be too much gambling on this. We're going to show a straight for the win with 69. No comment.
Was told not to.
No comments.
No comments.
Slate's definitely going to have to raise that. So we've got a bet by Reagan. He's going to lead out with ace 7. He's got 2 pair, which is good. He's going to bet 100 just to test the waters and see if he can pick it up. Slate's going to have no part of that, sitting there with the absolute nuts. He picks it up with that. Welcome John Reynolds into the booth.
Hello.
You will have to be in here till the completion of the next hand.
Not sure I can be in that long.
You have no choice, my friend.
Yeah, you have no choice now.
So they're doing a 25 bring in. Did you hear that get passed on the?
No, so that does not. So that changes it. What if they want to pot it?
I believe they can still pot it.
Okay, so if they're going to call the $10, they have to call for 25.
Right.
Okay.
But that is only on the PLO game.
Okay, that's only on the PLO. So we are running a $10 on the button with a bring-in of $25. However, you don't have to call the 10. You have to call for the 25, or you can pot it. And that makes it interesting. So you're gonna have a bring-in of 25. If someone pots it, that's automatically going to be $85. I like that.
That is not going to give the guy on the button a free look at cards.
I like that. So essentially, we're playing 10-25, just with no blinds.
I would say that.
Sounds good, Charlie.
Once again, we don't
What a
see
gamble.
Jason's cards, but he's told to show them. He's got ace 10. He's going to raise it up to $35.
I predict a little bit of action on this board. 10-9 of clubs, king 9 of hearts, ace 10. Oh,
I
we
like
have
the
a flop.
hands.
We have a flop. Flop comes out. Ace, king, queen. Jason's going to bet the pot real fast, and nobody's going to have nothing to do that. Usually when Jason's in the pot, he's got the goods, and it's not a secret to anyone else at the table. quick little chip count for all of our viewers. Billy's setting over 13,000. Reagan's sitting right at
Enjoying it?
13,000. Frankie's at 10. Slate and Daryl are right around 7,500. It goes down a little bit from there.
Trying to get the visuals.
So flop comes out. 5 of hearts, 8 of hearts, 10 of clubs. We're back to no limit hold'em. Heads up action now on the turn. Billy has 12 outs, 65-35 to win this hand. The river card is going to fulfill none of those outs, and Jason's going to pick it up with a pair of 5s. However, Jason's not picked it up yet. Jason bets $500. I would love to see Billy all in right there. There's no way Jason can call with a 5.
Absolutely not. Not for $13,000.
But we haven't seen enough crown yet to get that going.
No. And there's zero chance Billy shoves all of his chips in the pot on a bluff
I don't
in that
know.
spot. Bo's playing tight to the vest. Haven't seen too much action from him. So Charlie, tell me about the tournament tomorrow. What's going on up here tomorrow?
So tomorrow we've got the Sunday Bounty Tournament. $200 gets you 15,000 chips. If you're here before 2:30, before the start of the tournament, you get what we call out here, Coach Jackson, early bird bonus. That'll be 5,000 more, bringing your starting chip stack to 20,000. We also have an optional dealer appreciation of $20. That's spread out among our dealers who deal the tournament. That will bring you to $25,000. However, $200 buy-in gets you 15,000 chips. 150 of that goes to the prize pool. 50 of that goes towards the bounty chip. You get this beautiful bounty chip that you can throw around if you throw it in the pot. That represents an all-in. And if you knock someone out, you get their bounty chip.
I believe last week's first place was around 3,000. So come out tomorrow and join the fun and festivities. 2:30, 2:20. Get that early bird bonus. So we got King Queen of Hearts versus 10-9 of Hearts on a 10 high flop. Ace on the turn.
Man, Ace of Hearts would have been an incredible card right there for action.
Yes. Yes.
Gut shot for Billy.
So
Slate with a pair of tens.
checks. Billy checks. The river's a queen. Billy river top second pair. And takes it down. Billy was an extra in the show Magic Mike. I don't know if anybody saw that. So he's kind of a celebrity. Good guy. Hell of a dancer. Billy picked up $415 on that
Yes.
queen on the river. Jeff needs to put it in gear if he has any plans on making any money this evening. There is a lot of money to be made. I'd like to take a second to thank our sponsors.
We have no sponsors. Kojaks pays for all costs of live feed. Mr. Clyde Hinton, Mr. John Reynolds, and Miss Carrie Shaver have given us permission to install our table, to put all the RFID antennas, to get all the action brought to you live to all of our viewers out on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So we've opened up a YouTube account. We've got we stream our shows on YouTube, stream it on Twitch, stream it on Facebook. We also archive our shows on there. Keep all the action hot and heavy for all players. Action over on Bo, who we don't see on camera very much, but I think we fixed the situation where we can see all players on the table. Bo's dissatisfied with his hand under the gun, so he's just going to throw it in, lean back, and wait for them aces.
We need to tell these young men that black is not the ideal color to wear when you're on the live feed. Although it is supposed to make you look slimmer, in this case,
it does. So we're going to cycle the camera on around.
Charlie's looking at a different player than I am because Bo's filling out that chair quite well.
Slate's going to call the $10 on the button. Everybody else is going to fold with the exception of Sergio.
And Sergio has 2 blank cards.
Hey, those are
guaranteed winner.
He's got the same thing Slate has.
Yes.
We have not seen the cards yet. Flop comes out. Ace of diamonds, 6 of clubs, 9 of spades. Slate's going to throw out one of those black chips real fast. Sergio's going to throw out 2 black chips. He's going to say raise. We are on no limit hold'em. Slate's going to let the min raise go. He's going to fold his hand, and Sergio's going to pick up a quick $430 pot. Quick little update of the chip count for all the players out in Facebook and live feed land.
I'd like to thank Kojaks for letting me have the opportunity to sit here with Charlie and call the action, so to speak. I'm more of the comedy relief. Charlie's more of the serious poker.
And this is kind of a
Chat.
flip because usually I'm the comic relief and Mr. Carter, Miss Jade, and everybody else who sits in here has the poker knowledge. But that's one thing about Mr. Chris Murray is he does understand the game on levels that I have yet to understand it. I just like to get super excited when there's like 7 pocket pairs, which we see all the time in Hold'em here. Kojak is known for its action. You watch Andrew Nemi, Brad Owens, Johnny Vibes. You watch any of their YouTube feeds from here, their V-blogs, I think they're called. Every time there's thousands and thousands of dollar pots. And that leads me up to next. Friday, I think it's Friday, December the 18th.
Yes.
What's exactly going on there?
I do believe that is a $5,000 buy-in. If I'm not mistaken, it is a round of PLO and I believe a round of Big O.
Okay, so hopefully
That is a $5,000 buy-in on the live feed.
Hopefully we have our new software set up by then because we've purchased the software for our RFID reader to read 5 cards. So once again, December the 18th, we will have a $5,000 minimum buy-in round of each game. All right, we have heard from some of the players that they're going to be taking a quick little break. Some food came in, so we will be taking a quick little, maybe 10-minute break, and we'll be back to you after this hand.
And that just lets you know that poker is important, but not as important as food.
Amen. So we'll be back right after they get their food around. All right, looks like the players have opted to take their food at the table, so everyone will be eating at the table. We've also got another food order coming. We have wonderful brushes that do go. They take people's orders. They go pick up the food orders. They bring them to the players here, and they pay them for their time for going to get it. So we are back with action, back on PLO High.
And it's not unnoticeable that we don't miss too many meals, so we are not going to let a little poker game get in the way of eating.
Man, you can't. So once again, here we are. 5-way action to the flop. Flop comes deuce, deuce, 4. I see one person with a deuce, and that person's going to lead out and bet $150. We're going to get a quick call from Reagan with a gut shot draw. Action now on Sergio.
Might be the first pot Jason's gotten tangled in, or Jeff has gotten tangled in.
Yes, it is. He is very conservative with his play, which it's good to be. That's obvious. He likes money.
Reagan turned a full house. This is not going to be good.
Oh my gosh. Only card that can save, 3 cards can save Jeff on the river. A 10 or a deuce. Am I wrong?
You are correct.
Any of them come out?
They did not. Queen of clubs.
Oh.
So,
And Jeff, look at this. Jeff leads out. He's taking the bait. He's going to be first to act, and he's going to lead out with $500. That's going to make the pot $1,800, and there's no chance that Reagan does not pot it right here.
With just a jack kicker on his deuce, I'm not sure he can make the call, and with his stack.
He does not make the call. Smartly, he folds that. Smartly, he folds that hand. He's going to throw his deuce in the muck, his trip deuces. Reagan's going to pick it up with 5 full of deuces on the river. He doesn't have to show anybody, but here in La La Land, known as live stream, we see it live.
Big Brother land.
Big Brother, absolutely. Reagan's now over the $14,000 mark, so the top 3 players have $36,000 in their hand.
There's a lot of money on the
38.
table. 14, 13, and 10.
Welcome back, Mr. Chris Gwynn. So, players have got their food, they've got everything up and running, and we've got everything working in the house. Reagan's sitting there, as we can see him, in the orange Astro and blue Oiler hat.
Can we tell who's online watching us? We'd like to thank you guys for joining us this evening. I guess we cannot, so...
We can tell him who. Who is Chris Murray? That's who's in the booth with me.
That is right.
We're going to flip over and show some players our beautiful, live, made-for-radio faces. So once again, welcome out to Kojak's Live. I'm Charlie.
Howdy.
This is Chris. We are going to be your live hosts tonight. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for coming out. We've got several people out here watching tonight. Back over to PLO. Where's the button at? Button is way over in the second seat.
It's so way over we can't see it.
Yeah, it's so far over we cannot see it. So as we got the cards coming through, $10 on the button, Jason is going to raise it up to $50 with King, King, 3 deuce, the second nut flush diamond draw. Billy's going to call with 9-8-5-4. He does not want to see diamonds in his hand. Jeff is going, oh no, Billy 3 bets it to $150.
That hand is directly up Billy's alley in PLO.
Yes, it is. He can take any 4 cards and make them into a 5-card monster. So we've got Jason versus Billy, $220 in the pot. If Jason makes this call, it's going to be $150 on top, which he does. Pot is now at $320. Flop comes out. 3 of clubs.
Jason flops bottom 2. Billy flops open ender.
Yes. Ace or 5. Ace completes the will. Ace or 6. Ace completes the will. 6 completes the big straight. And Billy hits it and checks. Action's now on Jason. With kings, he's going to check. Goes to the river of a 10 of hearts. Billy checks it.
Billy
Jason
will not
checks
check
it.
this one. I promise you
Jason
that.
checked it. Jason cannot call right here. His hand is not. Well, he's got 2 pair. He's got 3s and 2s.
Yeah, and Billy bet 600. It's not out of the realm.
He bet half pot.
Yeah.
I am sorry. He did not bet half pot. Pot was at 900 before that bet.
So about 60% of the pot. 66%.
Yep, 66% pot bet. Using those internet clicks.
That's right. See, Mom, all that math you paid for worked.
Welcome out, Joni. Welcome out, Tacho, man. Miss you. Tacho, don't forget our Sunday bounty tournament starts tomorrow.
Estele Tacho!
Tacho, man. Welcome out, Jade. Welcome out, Jade number 2.
We have 2 Jades.
We have Jade. We have Jade
we
Walker
can-
and Jade Waldrop.
We can barely handle the Jade we got.
So Jason's gonna make the call. Jason makes the call, and Billy pulls in with a 6 high straight, $2,100.
Or 1,100.
$1,100 profit.
Yes. Which will now leapfrog him up to the chip leader, if I'm not mistaken.
I hope Bo gets a hand here pretty quick. He does not look enthused right now.
I went out to talk to him for a minute, and Bo said all he's been getting is feet. Hadn't really had a hand to play.
That's the first time I've heard that. All I'm getting is feet.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means you're not getting a hand, you're getting a foot.
Okay.
It means your
I've
cards are
never
really
heard
bad.
That before. Never heard that before. So, switching over to the button on Mr. Sergio. First to act under the gun is Jeff Barnhart. He's going to have the nut flush draw along with American Airlines in his hand and a lonely 9 to complete his foursome.
And he just calls.
He's playing conservative. Bo's going to fold. Jason's going to fold. Action now over on Reagan. Reagan's got a Reagan playable hand, but he's not going to do it.
Best way to get those aces cracked is just to limp in the pot.
Because that allows Queen, Jack, 6-4 to play. And in the hijack seat, Frankie's going to call with 10-8. No, he's not. Billy wakes up with pocket kings with a second nut flush draw of clubs. He's gonna raise it up.
diamonds.
Oh yeah, he's got 2 flush
Billy's
draws.
double suited here.
Queen Jack 10 gives him the king high straight.
I'm going to make the prediction here. Billy's taking it down.
You think so?
I think he can get those aces out of there, and Slate's kind of in a knife fight with a stick.
Well, Jeff's at 93% to win this hand because we saw a king folded. We saw, I think, 2 kings folded.
When you're playing with Billy, it's not necessarily about the cards.
It's about the player.
It is
And
about the pressure he puts
and
on
he
you.
understands that Jeff is a shorter stack right now. 1 king was folded. That happened to be the case king on the turn. So we've got set of aces versus set of kings.
This is going to be not good.
Jeff's going to lead out with $150. Slate calls with a 10 to a Broadway.
Billy raises. Billy's all in. Jeff's all in.
So Billy raises to $760. Jeff goes ahead and throws his all-in chip in, which he doesn't have an all-in chip. The dealers have it.
He's drawn dead.
Slate's going to fold, and Billy is drawing dead. He is. Queen of Hearts comes on the river to set it up with set of aces versus a set of kings. The classic no-limit game.
What was
Yeah.
I wrong?
You hush. You predicted it from the
a
start.
win from Billy.
You predicted it from the start, and that's what happens. Welcome out, Sean Nash.
Sean, I was just talking about you.
Yeah, Sean says, I don't have a chance, not because I can't suck out on Murray, but because I'm too far away.
He's doing good work. If I'm not mistaken, he is in the medical field helping with the corona. So thank you, Sean, for doing that. Although we miss the easy money that you bring to the club, we appreciate the hard work that you're doing.
Button moves over to, I believe, Bo? Nope. It is on Mr. Jeff. Mr. Jeff has played pretty solid tonight.
Frankie wakes up with ace, king, king, 4.
That's a good hand. Frankie's going to 3-bet it to 160. Billy's going to make the call with ace 10 3 deuce, Broadway, and the will draw, and the nut flush heart draw.
Billy may still be stinging from the kings and aces.
Yeah. Jason's going to make the call with 7 6 5 3 double suited. Slate's going to make the call with king 10 9 8 single suit. Daryl's definitely going to make the call with ace jack 10 5 nut diamonds.
So this may be the biggest pre-flop pot we've seen.
$810 in their pre-flop. Flop comes out jack 9 deuce.
diamonds.
Daryl's got to love this. He's got top pair, top kicker, and he's got the nut flush draw.
Frankie's still leading with kings.
And a backdoor straight possible.
Frankie,
Now we have a
Slate's got
king
straight.
10.
Slate turns the straight.
I'm not sure he's gonna be able to pry Daryl out of this pot though.
No, we do have a backdoor spade draw now out there. Slate's setting 50% to win this hand with King 10. Billy's setting 0% to win this hand.
Daryl's also opening to do a straight.
I think Jason's got the only spades, but he can't be happy about a 6-high spade draw.
So as we know, Billy's setting at a 0% because if a king came out, it would give him Broadway. However, there are no kings left in the deck, so he is 0% to win.
It's a good feeling, right? Knowing
Yeah.
you have absolutely no chance to win and not know it.
So we are heads up. Slate bet $800, and Jason's going to have no piece of that action. Slate is not going to slow play because the board is double suited.
Daryl folded. That's interesting.
Yeah, Daryl folded the nut diamond draw. He's not going to get tangled up when he's not. He's just not going to play bad.
Call it with the nut flush draw. I'm not sure that's a bad play.
For $810.
Was that the bet?
That was the
Was
bet. Slate bet the pot $810. That's a tough call.
With one card to come.
With one card to come, he's holding 3 diamonds in his hand. He knows 9 players, 4 cards, 36 cards. Out of the other 32 cards, there's chances that diamonds are all out there, so he's not gonna risk it. Daryl's a percentage player.
Not gonna risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, you can't risk it for the biscuit. I like that.
Bo's got a headache. Apparently, we got off him as fast as possible.
So we've got some players commenting up here straight to Chris Murray. We'll let him grab the keyboard and respond back to him because they're listening to what we did 30 minutes ago. But we can text live. I mean, not text. We can type live to them. Look at this. Raised to $30. $30 bet at Kojak does nothing but get everyone to call. So we're going to have 2 callers real quick after that 30. Billy's going to quickly 3-bet it to $125. Setting with pocket aces right behind Billy. Sergio, ace, jack 7. He's going to call the 125. Jeff's going to call the 125. Flop comes out, queen of diamonds, 9 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds. I see Jeff Barnhart with the only diamonds in his hand. Jeff has 10-4. That's not a great flush draw. Billy's going to lead out with a king blocker. He's got the second nut flush blocker. He's going to bet $225, and Jeff folds the flush. That was the only one. Billy's going to steal that pot right out from under Jeff. He's going to pick up a quick $510 profit.
Who's he talking about?
Billy's got those good-looking yellow chips on the top of a $2,000 stack. Billy is setting right around $13,195. However, that is second place now to that behemoth stack that Reagan has in front of him. Reagan's got a little over, almost $14,000 in front of him. Directly to Reagan's left is Mr. Slate with $7,700. Daryl's sitting right at $7,000.
There's not a small stack on the table.
No.
There's small stacks on the table compared to other stacks, but
Welcome, Jack Keene. Welcome, Nancy Whittle. Always got to say hi to Mama.
Jack Keene, it's good to know you're alive, my friend.
What's going on, The Natural?
Slate looks like he's taking a quick siesta.
Yeah, he's taking a break from this hand. We've got 4-way action, $85 pre-flop. Pot sitting at $340 with the Crusher Dylan. She's going to break some hearts and crush some dreams with this one.
You got 2 guys with open-ended straight draws.
Flop comes out King 10-4. Jeff's going to lead out and bet the pot from the hijack position.
That has to be
A set of kings.
Oh, there it is.
That's a set of kings.
You got 2 people firing at you with
And
an
Jason
open-ender.
calls. Jason's got the full wrap for the straight, and he hits the straight.
So sick.
Unfortunate for Jeff.
So does Billy.
Billy's got Broadway.
Billy's got the nuts.
Billy's got Broadway. I have a feeling Jeff's going to end up all in. Right
Jeff's got the only club draw.
now. Jeff's got the only boat draw.
Jason's got a club draw, but there's no lead in that pencil.
It's a Dolly Parton club draw. There are those sexy yellow chips. Jason bets $1,000 with his king high straight. It looks like Billy threw 4 of those yellow chips in, representing $4,000. Jeff,
And this
let's
is where
go.
pressure gets to is important.
Jason folds.
Jason folds. I mean,
Jeff folded the set of kings.
no. I'm thinking. That's what I meant. Jeff, his chances of winning that pot were,
Pretty high.
yeah.
They were really high.
Any club, pair the board. I mean, I know you don't want to
Or the case king.
on a draw for $4,000, but
Yeah, he's sitting with, it looks like he's got about $1,500, about $1,700 in his hand. I'm just kidding, he's got $2,050. Jack 10 Basil. The Basil is now in the room watching.
Estelle. Sean, when are you coming back to West Texas? Rent's coming up. Here we go with another hand. Slate's got ace, queen, jack, 4. Daryl has pocket kings.
And he 3-bets
2
it.
rags.
Frankie calls with 4 rags.
4 rags. Billy's got invisible rags.
We'll see him shortly. There they are.
Rocket to
Billy
the end.
calls right there. We've seen that move how many times tonight with aces? They just call.
Probably 3 times, I think.
But the problem with aces is in Hold'em they are monstrous. In PLO they're really not strong.
They are a pair of aces.
The only way they're strong in PLO is if the flop comes ace, ace, 5.
Yes.
And then you better hope they have 2,
Yes.
3, 4 in their hand.
Especially now you have six players in the hand.
Oh man. Welcome to Kojaks, where
Yes.
10 on the button turns into
Bingo.
bingo. We've got 6 players in the pot. Pot is at $220. Action's now on Slate. Slate is not gonna hang around.
We have a 4-bet.
Yeah,
280.
4 bets, 280. He bets the pot.
Who did that?
That was Slate. Slate bets the pot. Daryl's gonna quickly call with king, 5-3.
Now, I promise you Billy's not checking here.
No.
We're just calling.
Billy just calls.
It's delayed.
So that's one of the things I like about this. We know proper poker ways. They prove us every week to be wrong in here. So
Billy's also aware that aces are just a pair of aces.
yes,
In
as
PLO.
Daryl's aware that kings are just kings.
Right.
Slate is a little unaware that ace, queen, jack, 4
is in trouble.
it's in big trouble. He doesn't want to hit his ace.
He's banking on some hearts.
He's banking on hearts or king 10. He wants to see a king and a 10
Hmm.
to give him chances. He's shaking his head like he just heard us. And look what he just got. He got the jack 10. He's got a king would be terrible right now, but he's got a Broadway draw. Slate is Daryl's in second place. Billy is in first place. However, it shows Slate ahead. Oh, he's got 2 pair. Queen jack.
Yes.
Oh, so everyone else is behind.
Yes.
And he checks and Daryl leads out. Daryl leads out with 70% bet, $700 into a $1,000 pot.
And what you just saw is why Billy did not raise pre-flop is aces are aces. A lot of people that aren't PLO players see those aces as an overpair and may tend to go bananas. However,
That's more the
Billy would
inexperienced
have
player.
just rivered the winner.
Yeah,
With
he
the
would have
king
rivered.
10.
He would have rivered the winner.
Slate's gonna take it down with 2 pair.
It goes check, check. Slate's gonna flip over. He's not gonna flip over his cards. He's gonna throw his cards down like he knew they were good the whole way.
Like a boss.
Yeah. Like a boss. I mean, that's the best way to say it. Daryl tried to make the move. He got caught. He knew when he made that $700 bet and Slate called, he was done with the pot.
I actually think Slate is a boss.
He is.
Like,
So, looking around, we've got pre-flop raises. Billy pre-flop raises 26% of the time. Jason's 23% of the time. VPIP. Who do you think has the highest VPIP out of all the players at the table?
I'm
Voluntarily
gonna go
putting money in pot or something like that?
Yes, that's just the amount of flops that you see. It may be Billy.
Do you think Billy's got the highest VPIP? I'm going to say no. Michael Slate,
Michael Slate
56%.
sees the most hands.
Billy's 53%. Jeff Barnhart is 50%, and Jason's 53%. Daryl's 53%.
That's pretty.
Sergio sitting at the lowest, tied with Reagan at 26%.
That's pretty high in the 50s.
So pre-flop raised percent of the time, Sergio's at 0. He has not raised a hand pre-flop yet. You've got Billy with the highest aggression frequency. Who do you think has the highest aggression frequency?
The same guy that's betting, raising pre-flop.
Billy. I mean, who do you think has the? Well, that's another question.
And the aggression and the size of your stack kind of go hand in hand with when you're talking about Billy. He is.
Went to showdown. Billy's there 46% of the time. He's at the top.
He will put pressure on you.
So Billy's sitting at $14,845. He's up $3,845. Reagan's at $13,845. He's up $3,845.
Shirley, at this time, we'd like to thank our sponsors.
That would be Clyde Hinton and Carrie Shaver, along with John Reynolds and Kojak's Poker Club, for making this happen live at Kojak's. So we've got we've got two players that are up the exact same amount. One's at $14,007, one's at $13,005. We've got Daryl down $4,000 right now. We've got Jeff Barnhart down $1,600. Frankie is sitting pretty close to even at $400 down.
Frankie hasn't gotten entangled around too much.
And we saw that last week. Frankie didn't get involved until he had the nuts.
Well, and the nuts and a liter of Crown helps.
Yes, that always does. Hey, look at this. Frankie's got a $20 straddle. Billy's got a $40 straddle. Welcome to Kojak's. 10 on the button, $20 live straddle. Only gets second to a $40 live straddle.
Are we back to Hold'em? What are we still
Nope,
on?
we're still on PLO. Button looks like it's on Daryl right now with Frankie straddling 20.
Makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense, as a matter of fact.
Absolutely. So
Maybe it's a Mississippi straddle. What the hell?
nah, that would be interesting to see going backwards.
Are you saying the people in Mississippi are backwards, Charlie?
Only on the poker tables.
Oh.
So what we have is
I think that liquor's getting to Frankie. Look at his cheeks.
they're rosy pink.
Yeah.
Bo looks down at maybe second time tonight we've seen him put chips in the pot. He's
Yeah.
going to call the 40. Jason swiftly calls the 40 with a little bit better hand than Bo. And Reagan calls with a
Not
little bit
much better.
better hand than Jason. Slate's going to call with a little bit better hand than Reagan. Daryl's going to call. No, Daryl folds.
I'm predicting the worst hand comes out ahead on this one, Charlie.
Right, so Frankie looks down at Queen 10, 7-3. I like that 7-3. I haven't seen any sevens in anybody's hand except for Billy, who's now the $40 raise.
I do predict Billy coming out ahead of this one. A lot of the cards they're sharing with the other players. Almost all the aces are out. All the tens are out. Half of the queens are out. So I'm going to go out on a limb and predict that Billy comes out ahead on this one.
Flop comes out King of Clubs, 9 of Spades, and 7 of Hearts.
Billy flops 2 pair.
Jason flops an open-ended straight draw.
Bo flops the same open-ended draw.
10-7.
Well, no, 6-8.
So Frankie's got 10-7. That's not a straight draw though. Ha!
There's your queen.
There's your
Or
straight.
jack.
Anybody have Queen 10? Slate's now got the nuts. There is a backdoor spade draw, which Slate also holds in his hand.
Like I said, I predict Slate wins this hand. You think anyone's picking up on the whole sponsor thing?
So what we have here, we've got Bo leading out with $250. Slate's going to throw in $1,300. Action's now on Frankie. They've got the same straight draw. Frankie's definitely going to call the $1,300. He doesn't have the redraw at the spades. That's where Slate's setting super strong. Bo's got to know that his 86 is no good. Bo makes the call.
Bo's on nut flush draw.
Okay. And it does not get there. The queen on the river does not complete that.
Does bring an ace-10 though. No one's holding that, so.
So we've got a split pot here. Do you think Bo's done with a hand. Do you think Frankie or Slate
Absolutely
can outplay
not.
him?
Bo?
No, can
Absolutely
represent the ace ten.
Absolutely not.
Okay, they're just gonna check.
That's correct.
Check. So here in the booth, we are going to take just a quick one-hand break. We will be right back. Jeff's going to pick up his first hand of the night.
And we're back.
Yes, we're back. 2 pair over 2 pair. Jason's going to muck his 7-6 to Jeff Barnhart's A7 top 2 pair. It's good. It's when you're sitting at a poker table and you're constantly getting beat up with big hands. Players are pushing you out of the pot and pushing you around. What do you need to finally get going? You need something to happen. You need to win a hand. You need to rake a pot.
Yes, and what you don't want to do is become predictable.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows you're playing ace king, ace queen, aces, kings, queens. It's very easy to get you off of hands. We're already back to PLO.
Yes, second hand of PLO. Frankie's not there, so he gets the miss button.
However, I think we're supposed to be playing Hold'em.
That is true.
Is that a Carter?
That is a Carter,
Okay.
otherwise known as the Little Crusher.
I'll be dang.
She sits down at the table and she breaks some hearts. This time she just broke the game.
Chris will be back next week. He's on a hot air balloon ride or excursion.
Is he really?
Around the world, yeah. I heard he blew up that air balloon himself.
Oh, good
So
gosh. Chris Carter, you've got to come back and help me. Save me from this guy.
when he comes back, As you can see, none of the guys around the table care about COVID. COVID's probably
10 on the button. Back to Hold'em.
all right. We're back.
Slate's going to pick up a monster. And since he doesn't only have to bet pot, he can bet anything he wants to. He's going to throw a whole bunch of green chips out there and force Billy's Choctaw Nuts to fold.
It's hard to play against a guy when he shows you he's only got 4 fingers on one hand.
It's scary.
It is.
Those 4 fingers will always take all your chips.
I'm telling you.
Slate's climbing up to 10K. 3 players are already over 10K. 2 players over 14K. 1 player almost at 15K. So,
Those guys are laughing about something.
So we would like to mic up the table and let you hear it live. Only one problem.
We cuss too much.
Midland, Texas.
Alcohol.
We have no filters.
We don't.
We don't have a long enough beep button because it would sound like our station went off the air if we mic'd up the table. So what we do here, our dealer just laughs at them. They'll come into the room. Every once in a while, they'll tell us what they're talking about. Maybe we can pull a player away from the game, ask him why he made that. We'll try to get a couple of the players in here tonight. We've still got a couple hours of live stream to go. Button is now going to be on Mr. Jeff, who picked up his first pot 2 hands ago.
I'd like to give a shout out to Patty.
That would work if you knew who Patty was.
Well, we have a moment. We'd like to thank our sponsors.
Kojak's Poker Club bringing it to you live. One thing about Hold'em, these players don't waste any time. They want to get back to the action of PLO. I don't know why we just don't make it PLO. All the players there love PLO, with the exception of Mohawk.
But there are plenty of people on the waiting list.
Look at this. Bo's got an open-ended straight draw, and he still looks unsatisfied with his hand.
That's just Bo.
Jeff's going to lead out with $50 with top pair. Bo's going to call. Slate's not going to go anywhere with ace-9. Bo hits his ace, however... Slate hits his ace, however, Bo has Broadway. It goes check on the turn. River brings up 4 clubs. Not going to do anything but increase Bo's value, which he does not get when he throws out $50. He's going to pull in $280 with a $120 profit. Welcome, Miss Sally.
Sally. Robert Bass, which is he was here tonight. Welcome, Moses Rojas.
Moses is actually sitting over at the 5 on the button playing.
I'll be danged.
Had a good night last night. Busted a few players up. When we say bust a few players up, we just mean leave them felted.
Figuratively busted them up.
So as you can see, all the players who got their food have opted to eat it at the table. So we're playing just on this end of the table.
Oh, we're not going to let a little thing like food get in the way of
And
poker.
Slate heard there was food, so he quickly takes off running. Reagan raises it up to $30 with ace-jack. Daryl's going to 3-bet him with the Anna Kournikova. Frankie looks down at 4-3, takes Billy's cards with him. He didn't even want them. So Jeff reaches over there to play Sergio's cards. Sergio does not allow it. He's going to look down at King 7 and say, man, you should have played him. So the whole left side of the table is gone. We're playing right side. Daryl versus Reagan. Reagan's going to fold to the 150-ish raise from Daryl. Daryl's going to pull it in. Once again, quick little count of the chip stack. We're playing $10 on the button. No limit Hold'em and $10 on the button. Pot limit Omaha. However, in the pot limit Omaha, it's no bring in. It's a bring in of $25. So you can't call the $10. If you're calling 25. Similar to what happened in the World Series of Poker. If you're calling 17 million, you're calling 21 million.
I agree. I think we need to have a little Houston sports trivia with Reagan and see if he knows what the Houston professional soccer team is called.
I don't even know what the Houston Professional. I didn't even know they had a soccer team.
Well, Charlie, I believe it's the Dynamos.
That's a lot of hearts.
It is a lot of hearts.
Bo's going to let go of the smallest heart, the deuce.
8 hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And in typical Jason form, we can't see his cards. Oh, but we're going to.
Yes. Look at this. Look at this. Jeff just called on the flop with pocket queens.
Yes, that's a good time to go ahead and put that squeeze on him.
Look at this. He calls. So his queens are completely hidden. $10 call. Jason has no idea that he's got queens. Jeff's going to bet $50.
We don't
Jason's
have
going
any
to
idea
raise
what
it.
Jason has. Now's a good time to take Jason to what a couple of players call Pound Town, and just go ahead and
Is that an all-in call?
go ahead and end it.
No, it goes check, check. I can't see
We're
it.
checking
Oh my gosh.
quads is the only option.
Jason had queen 5.
That doesn't beat queens full of fives.
No.
5-5 is the only thing that beats pocket queens in that board.
What happened, I bet you, is one of the cards got read wrong. That's what's going to happen.
Had to have. I mean, and it's possible he had 5-5.
so that river's not going to be your 5. That river was somebody's cards that we didn't see when they threw them over.
Ugh.
So that river was Jason's 5, and it read it as the board 5.
Okay. Well,
So,
this would be a good time to thank our sponsors.
Kojak's Poker Club and Clear Springs Cafe.
Clear Springs Cafe for all your shrimp desire.
Yes.
Oh, man.
That all man you hear by Mr. Chris Murray is him picking up his shrimp and dropping it on the floor. 5-second rule is in effect, and he does blow off the dust.
Yes.
Into the cocktail sauce it goes. Frankie picks up ace jack, perfect blackjack hand, and he's going to raise it up to $60. Action's over to Bo with queen jack. It's going to be heads up. Flop comes out, queen jack 10. Frankie's got middle pair top kicker. Bo's got top 2 pair. Turn card comes out, a 6 of hearts. Check, check. River card comes out an 8.
Friendly little pot here.
Yeah. Not much action there. Bo's going to pull in, what is that, his first win of the night?
Probably. It's only about his third or fourth hand.
I think so.
He's playing pretty close to the Callaway.
Sterling Melton says, I guess 66% pot gets called, but not 67%?
That's funny, Sterling. I don't know.
Where are we at? Button is on Mr. Slate in the 8th seat, so that means 2 more hands of holding. Head on out to Kojak's tonight. We've got 5 on the button games going. We've got people on the list for round of each. $5 on the button. And just so you know, the live stream does not stop when we stop the camera at 11 o'clock. The live stream moves tables, changes cards, and the game gets, the game gets even bigger after it leaves the table.
And looser.
Yes. Because by the time this leaves this table, that's probably the first time most of these guys who are drinking have stand up.
Yes. The crown is kicked in.
The bets are bigger,
Yep.
and the pots are bigger. Couldn't think of another word but bigger. All right, so 3-way action. King, Jack, 10, 8, 9, 7. Flop comes out. Queen of hearts, 5 of hearts, 8 of diamonds. That queen's not going to scare anybody, except those who don't have one. But it increases the chances of you not having one.
I'd like to give a shout out to Brian Duplantis.
Is he in here?
I don't know.
Man, where's
He's
he
a
been?
good guy.
He sure is a good guy.
He's trying to stay away so he can go home to see his family
Absolutely.
for the holidays.
Absolutely, and understandable. He is a huge LSU fan. Did LSU win today?
LSU's terrible, Charlie.
Hey, didn't they win the national championship?
Now, I think they're playing. I think they're actually playing right now. Unfortunately, they're playing a team that goes by the name of Alabama Roll Tide.
But aren't they
And
like
are
the
a
best team ever in college football?
29-point favorite. They are number 1.
So if you were a betting man, would you put your money on LSU not to cover
I
that?
think I would.
I tried to trick you there.
They scored 7 points against A&M last week.
A&M won today.
A&M should have won today. They beat Auburn, who's not worth a.
That was a close game.
And LSU's fallen on some hard times. We got a lot of LSU fans. I'm gonna give you a quick shout out: Rudy Borg, Brian Duplantis,
And that about sums up all the LSU fans in the...
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
Josh Broadway.
Oh, yes. Jason Kinch
Yes, 2 of the biggest humans you'll ever see.
with the softest hearts.
And Brian.
Duplantis?
No, the other Brian, the bald-headed fella.
4-way action, $510 in the pot. Billy bets $300 with Queen 9.
Not important.
There's not a Queen 9 on the board. I
think the crown's kicking in
Look at that. He bets with Queen 9
and wins.
and wins. He just, Ace on the board. In Hold'em,
And
almost
king.
everybody has an ace. If you don't have an ace, you definitely have a king. If you don't have a king, there's a chance you can have a 6, but nobody had any of that.
The more Billy wins, the less Billy's going to wear. Just so you know. He'll be shirtless by, I don't know, 8:30.
I do think that, is that a floral print shirt?
I don't know, Charlie.
We'll send our
We'll have
runner
to
out
send
there
our
to check it out.
investigative reporter out.
So we are on Pot Limit Omaha. That's 4 cards, high only. Live straddle for $20. Billy hasn't seen his cards yet because he likes to look at his cards right before he raises. Sergio first act does call the 20. Jeff is in the pot with the 20 also. Action now over on Bo. We got to get Sergio raising his big hands.
Sergio is a little gun shy. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's a little gun shy. Had some things not go his way on the last live feed.
Mm-hmm. Bad timing.
Although I did hear he laid down the nut full house to a straight flush,
Wow.
which you're not
That's-
going to
that's
see
big.
that very often.
What do you think of that 3-bet by Daryl to 100?
Um,
Double suited, Queen 9, 8-8.
That's a position bet.
Flop's going to come out Ace Queen 5. That's going to give Sergio the lead with his ace. And not much more for anybody else, really. Daryl bets 250. Sergio's going to call the 250. That's going to tell Daryl he's pretty much dead in the water right there. 10 of hearts on the turn.
Makes a set for Sergio.
Yep. It
And
goes
a
check,
gutter
check.
for-
Daryl is done with his hand, I do believe.
Yeah.
4 spades on the river. That can't represent anything but 2-3. And the story's just not going to work if you're betting 2-3 right here.
King Jack could
Oh,
probably
look at
win
this.
too.
Look at this. He's betting the 2-3. He doesn't have it, but he's betting like he's got the 2-3.
And snap call and game over.
Daryl doesn't really want to show his
He
hand.
does not.
He's
He's
just
going
going
to
to muck
see
it.
those tens and
Just going to muck it really fast. Unfortunate bad timing. And I don't think it's bad timing for that to happen. The story that Daryl was telling is a very valid story. However, Sergio's not at that spot to understand it.
it's more like green eggs and ham, Charlie,
For Sergio?
for Daryl.
For Daryl. Sam I am?
I do agree.
All right.
We'd like to thank our sponsors.
Kojak's Poker Club. Tonight it was. What's that restaurant called? Clear
Clear
Springs
Springs.
Cafe.
Yes.
Wow. Looked right at the box and couldn't even say the name.
Where you can eat your little buddy and be okay.
At Clear Springs?
That's what I ordered.
Shrimp? Oh, that's the name of the mill, Little Buddy. I'm trying to understand the pun there. Button is on Billy. Seat number 2. Sergio is going to be first on the gun. He's getting all 4 of his cards there, and he's going to take a peek at them. He doesn't like them. Jeff's going to make the call here with 9s and 5s. He's double Dolly Parton. Bo's next to act. Ace 8 nut flush draw for club 7-5.
And has double D's too. Charlie's trying not to laugh out loud. It's okay, Charlie.
Would you like a fried pickle?
It's okay. I'm out. Thank you, though.
Okay. All right. Just about done with those.
I don't need anything pickled.
Here at Kojak's, we can have a raise to $50, and we're going to have 4 callers.
Huh.
Pot's going to set at $200. 4 times 5, or 50 is 200, so flop comes out. 8 of diamonds, 6 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds. Jeff Barnhart has every straight flush blocker out there. He's got the flush. Turn card comes at Queen of Diamonds, and the hand is going to be over. Jeff's going to make a little bet here. There's not going to be any calls. I don't see anything to call.
I mean, you don't see any flushes out there. It doesn't mean we're not going to get, like you said,
I am somewhat of a Kojak's poker psychic.
I'll be danged.
Only on this hand, though. Usually I do miss that. I just got lucky.
I think Reagan's chips stack is getting bigger.
And he's...
He hadn't been tangling.
No.
He's laying back, hiding behind the log, as we like to call it in the poker world.
3 players sitting right around 10,000. 2 players sitting over 14,000. Jeff and Jason down on the short stack.
Jeff's up 1,000 from the last time we saw, so
Yeah.
he's making the slow climb.
He did win that hand. One thing that's odd about this game, Jason has under 5,000 chips.
I'm gonna say that won't last long.
He bought in for 5,000. We don't. This will be the first time that he's down $1,020. This is the first time we've seen him down. in the live stream game. This is the first time we've seen him.
Oh, the
down.
price of oil's down, Charlie.
Oh, the price of rice.
Is wonderful if you're Chinese. I don't know.
Could be. So, $10 on the button. Jeff's going to make the call under the gun. Reagan's going to say no.
Ray Reagan.
Ray Reagan is going to say no. Daryl's going to bet it up to $40. Frankie just calls with those pocket aces that look so strong.
Yes, that's the fourth time we've seen aces just flat and PLO.
That goes to show you that aces are not any good unless 2 on the flop.
And somebody turns a set of kings.
Yeah, we saw that too.
Mm-hmm.
Flop comes out, king 4-5.
Billy's got open-ended.
Daryl's going to lead out with $200 with 4 blank cards. Billy's going to make the call. Turn card comes an 8.
That's the nut straight.
That is the nut straight for Billy. Problem is here now. Look at this. We've got a paired king. River comes out a king.
Daryl gave up the
Daryl's
lead on
Daryl's
the
last act. Actions on Daryl.
Daryl's first act.
First act. That's what I said.
He checks.
Checks and Billy's just going to bet $200.
Billy
That's-
holding the king is...
That's a commie. That's a commie bet. So this means Daryl has a king. He's just wanting to see if Billy has anything. Daryl was not holding a king. Well, he could have been holding a
I
king.
naked king wasn't going to beat that straight.
Yeah, but we can't say naked on the air, so a king, nothing else.
An unclothed king.
That's exactly right.
How about that, folks? It's about time to send the kids to bed, folks. It's about to be Kojak's After Dark.
We were informed by our sponsors, Clyde Hinton, Carrie
Yes.
Shaver, and John Reynolds, that this will be the clean version of Kojak After Hours.
Alrighty then. On to the next hand. Bo's making sure we can see his cards before he mucks them.
Did he just turn it in a complete 360?
There's no telling with Bo.
What do you think? King, Queen, 4 deuce?
Out. Let's see if he wants to play Jason's hand.
I think that might have been he reached over and grabbed Reagan's hand. You know, usually, so we've watched over the weeks, when Daryl's running bad, he's not necessarily playing bad, he's just running bad. When Daryl's running bad, his range opens.
As do most.
Most players do that?
Yes.
Jeff's playing kings like it's hold'em.
Raises kings, just flats aces.
He's being pretty tricky. Daryl calls the $40 with Jack 4-3-2, no suited. Oh, he's got clubs. Sergio makes the call with the code Jack 3 deuce. Frankie makes the call with the Queen 7. I don't know a name for that, but 55.
Speed limit.
Speed limit. Flop comes out. Ace 5 6. Daryl's gotta love that. He's got all kinds of straight draws. However, pocket 5s has aces full of 5s.
Yes.
But I don't think he can bet with the ace and 6. The 6 destroys betting right there, doesn't it? You have ace 6 in your hand.
Frankie's not gonna get
I don't think he
loose
bets.
no matter what.
It goes check, check, check. He does not bet that.
Yeah.
That's
Picks up a cool 450, checking it down.
yeah. It's hard to bet a double paired board.
The only
You
thing
can
is
call it.
you're holding 5, so you know those are pretty much dead, right? Board pair 6, which is a beautiful card.
Kills a couple of them because
Right.
there's 2 of those,
Right.
1 5 and 2 aces.
So they've got to have aces, ace 5, ace 6, and odds of that are
Doable.
pretty slim, though.
Look at this. Went to showdown. People with the biggest stacks are usually the ones that go to showdown the most.
They can afford to go to showdown.
Right. So let's see what Billy does with his cards while he's not in his seat this hand. Coming in the booth right now for a hand or two is gonna be Mr. Mikey Lopez.
Hello, everybody.
I don't know if you know Mikey Lopez, but if you've ever been to Kojak's, you've got to know Mikey Lopez. This is him sitting right behind me right here.
hi,
Chris Murray
everybody.
once again.
Nice
John
to see
Michael
you guys.
Lopez. We're going to take a quick look outside, so I'm going to leave you in the good hands.
Mike is the lead singer of a band. Michael, tell him
Yeah.
what's the name of your band?
Horizon City.
Horizon
yes.
City.
I knew it before. Isn't that a city right outside of El Paso?
Yes, it is. Not one of the members is from there.
So how did Horizon City come up?
It's kind of a dump.
It's what it is we're all from Midland. The logo of Midland being that horizon shot, you know, that of all the buildings, the tall
So
city-looking
poetic.
things. Poetic is what we are, absolutely.
All right, we're gonna flip back over to this hand right here because we do have 4-player action with $40 in the pot.
I'll be danged.
Jack 9, 5 of hearts on the board, so that's gonna give Jeff the 10 high flush. On the turn, he's got the check mark. Frankie's still in there. Jeff's probably gonna bet his option. Frankie snap calling him with 2 pair, 3 pair.
Now there's a flush on the board.
Was it really?
Yeah. Jeff's gonna take it down. No bet on the river there.
That's Jeff's second pot pull in of the night.
Yeah, Jeff's been pretty rough. I saw I was out there working the action tracker, and I saw he flopped a set, and nothing but straight cards came out on the end, and so Jason took him for a pretty big one. So that's gonna be pretty rough on Jeff's side. So he's happy to take that one down, I'm sure. Looks like we've got, is that a triple straddle? We've got Reagan with the single straddle, $20. Slate's put the $40 double straddle out, and Daryl with the $80 triple.
They must be getting bored. Billy's not going to miss the opportunity to try to steal some dead money.
Not at all. He's going to raise it up to, it looks like 200. Serge and Jeff getting out of the way. 300. He's got ace 5, jack 4, double suited.
Wow. Some pretty big hands to look down on a straddle with.
We've got a flop of 10 of clubs, 7 of diamonds, 5 of hearts. It's pretty dry board for all
Billy
these guys.
flopped the best hand with a pair of 5s.
Absolutely. No, well, Daryl's got straight outs, and he hits the check mark with
With a 9.
a 9. The action.
That's going to be a good pot with a pair of 9s.
Yeah, completely checking through.
That's if he doesn't get bet out of the hand,
Yep, there's
which
Slate checking, and he's got great. He's
Well, guess-
only got showdown value.
Billy's not going to let it go at that.
Let's see. It looks like.
Come on, Billy, make me look like I know what I'm talking about. No, they've already given Daryl the check mark, or the plus.
I'm sure Charlie brought up the fact that you have a pretty good read on what these guys are gonna do, having played with them much more than say Charlie or I have.
Billy
And
didn't
yep,
fire anything.
they're all laughing. They're yucking it up that a 9,
Yeah.
that a pair of 9s won a
$1,000 pot?
$1,000 pot. Well, that's great. Here's a great little chip count. 15K for Billy up top. I believe he bought in for about 12, so he's sitting pretty. Rest of the fellas, I think Reagan's got a good amount. A lot of that stack that he's got in front of him is what he's won. He did buy in for I think about 10. Billy's got those yellow chips up top as he always does.
Something that struck him funny because they're all laughing.
Yeah, I did. I think they're still yucking it
Shocked
up
that a
about
9 won a $1,000 pot.
pair of 9s. And nobody felt like stabbing at it. Truth be told, stabbing at. Did Daryl fold jacks? Wow. Looks like Billy raised it to 40 and it's coming around the table. Jeff's in. Bo's in.
Bo's in with that famous mystery hand that Jason has too.
Jason's gonna 3-bet to 200. Reagan's gonna come along with King, Queen, and 10 deuce double suited. Billy's going nowhere with King 9, 9-4 double suited. Jeff's in with 10, 9, 8, 3.
There's Jason's hand. Queen 10 of hearts, 8 deuce of diamonds.
3-betting with Queen 10, 8 deuce. He's got about
Hearts or diamonds would be really bad for Jason.
Ace of diamonds, 6 of hearts, 5 of clubs coming out on the board. Only ace to be had is in Bo's hand. He's also got a 6 for 2 pair. Jason's just not letting up on that gas. 500 on the flop here. It's going to fold all the way to Bo. Bo might make this call. Looks like the bet was 600 instead of 5. Still folds all the way around to Bo, who does indeed make the call. He's going to check the turn.
Jason does pick up hearts on that turn, though.
So it'd be absolutely the right move to put some more gas on Bo, because Bo won't believe
Jason's
it.
not going to. Jason's not going to check down the hand.
Yeah, he's getting a look at Bo's stack.
He didn't fire the flop and the pre-flop to pick up his draw and then check.
And this is a huge pot at this point, 2.2K.
And an absolute blank.
He checked behind on the turn. I'm not sure how much I like that. But it's tough to get Bo out of hand. He is one of the stickier players on the table.
And by sticky, you mean what exactly, Michael?
I mean, if he flops 2 pair, especially top 2, it's gonna be tough to get him off without any of those scare cards coming out. No flush, no straight. Well, you've got the wheel, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't. That board doesn't scare Bo's 2 pair.
Not at all. Not at all.
I mean, you're more likely to run into a set than in 2 bigger pair, but the way Jason plays, you would have known it already.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's Hollywooding right now. He's got to for the hands to come. He's got to make sure to make it look like he wasn't betting with nothing. Bo let out for 1,000 on the river, and that's going to be the fold from Jason. Well played by Bo.
Billy's eating pizza. He must be off of his diet.
What diet? His arms are bigger than my torso, that guy. I don't know where he finds the time to play as much as he does up here and everywhere else and still put it.
Yeah, I think he plays poker at the gym, to be honest with you. He check raises and does curls at the same time. Looks like a Papa John's pizza.
Yep.
Here on our next break, I might have to go and steal a piece.
Yeah, don't give Murray the opportunity to miss out on a meal.
That's
He'll
right.
hate you forever. Got a single straddle from Daryl, sleeper
Yes.
straddle from Billy. Action's gonna be on Frankie for 20.
Frankie's gonna kill the straddle. Billy's gonna leave it out there. No, he just calls.
There's a raise from Surge up to $40.
That's an interesting race.
It is an interesting raise. It's only a pot sweetener in a game like this.
He actually has 21, Michael. Not that that matters to anyone.
Ace King 5.
That's kind of a terrible raise.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not a great.
He's in middle
you-
position
you
and he
put-
raises 7 high.
You put yourself in a really tough spot if anybody decides to pot it on you with 7-6-4-4.
I'm not a betting man, but if I were, that was for you, Mom. I'm not a betting man. I'm gonna guess that Sergio's not gonna win.
No, he is not. Billy with quite a good hand pre-flop, kind of masked it till we get to this flop, and he flops 2 pair. Queen 8-7 on the board, rainbow. Looks like everybody's gonna get out of the way of a pot bet. Billy's gonna take it down, top 2. Yeah, that $40 raise.
Interesting.
Another chip count up here. Jeff with the short stack. Jason, having lost a good amount in that last hand to Bo, is also a little thinner than he usually is. Yeah.
By thinner, Michael. What do you mean?
You know,
he has been hitting the gym.
He has. I'm not sure if the bet's still on, but there was a time ago a bet between him and another player between who could lose the most weight by the end of the year, and I think Jason had him crushed. But I think he just about gave up on making his lead.
I know him and Reagan had a prop bet on who was the ugliest. It's hard to tell who's winning or losing that one, Michael.
I'm not the one to judge. I'm not at all. We have a double straddle on this one. With
Bo tried to get in that contest, but it was full.
Yeah, exactly.
Something struck Daryl funny.
Frankie with Jack 10, 6-5. Gonna make a call in this $40 straddle pot. Billy's gonna check his option. We're gonna check a flop with 6 players. Bo and Jason sharing cards again. There's Bo's cards.
I wonder if the readers are just slow.
I think even whenever I was back there running the action, I know Bo and Jason both each hand it seemed a little tougher for them to get their cards read. I'm not sure if it's just the antenna or what it might be, but Bo is gonna bet his queen with up and down straight draw.
Bo gave Jason a bit of bad news last week at a private game that Bo used to have a mohawk at one point. So that's what he's got to look forward to when he gets older.
Oh, not the reverse mohawk.
Yes, the reverse
coming
mohawk.
out from Bo.
He got the Hulk Hogan working.
Looks like he did hit. Did he hit his up and down?
Yes.
Yeah,
Any one of those cards with a 10 was good.
absolutely.
Billy is putting a hurting on that pizza. And that bottle of Crown.
Yeah.
Yowzer.
You'll know from watching previous live streams that it's always a fresh bottle of Crown from Billy, and
Yes.
it's almost always gone by the end of the night, whether by just Billy or the number of other players who come and.
Is that a straw in the bottle, Michael?
I think it might be a bendy straw.
They said
from a
screw-
juice cup.
They said forget the cup and ice. We're just going straight to the source.
There they are, still laughing. We've got a lovely angle of Mr. Slate, and so if you're watching the live stream, just
Slate's been pretty
enjoy it.
tame tonight.
Yeah.
Slate and Frankie both. They haven't gotten there and splashed around a whole lot. I'm gonna guess they're within $1,000 of their buy-in.
That's probably about right. Slate's been involved in a couple big ones, but he hasn't lost that much. Back over to Hold'em. Yeah, these guys. These guys, once, any game, whenever you transition back to Hold'em, usually tends to be a little tighter after you've seen all these.
Yeah, but these
Crazy
guys have
odds.
played enough poker. Their transition is pretty smooth. They're pretty.
Yeah. Lot of round of each played.
A lot of these guys playing Hold'em long before PLO.
Yeah. Reagan's gonna flop a gutter ball. Slate's in there with 10-8. Frankie's got the pair though. Frankie fold? I wonder if that reader's right.
Ha!
'Cause if so,
Is there a waiting list for Frankie's seat?
Frankie's playing a little tighter than I've ever seen.
I'm telling you.
Look at the chip stacks.
Look at that hat, though, Michael. That's not the hat of a player. I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's what did Frankie call himself over there on the table? The pimp cowboy.
Pimp cowboy.
Buttons over on Billy, so we can almost always expect an action hand with any raise is almost always going to be re-raised. Oh, here comes Bo with the Cowboys and Reagan with the 9s. We can see some fireworks. Slate's got deuces, but he's going to get out of the way.
How about a king 9 deuce flop?
King
You
9
talk about a
deuce.
party.
Oh, yep, Slate did get in there.
Oh,
We got-
Slate's not going to take.
Hey.
You're not getting Slate out there with a pocket pair for $50. I can promise.
What about a flop of King 9-7?
7. Oh.
King
even
9 7.
spicier. To get Jeff in there with his up and down. We
You
do
have
have a
king deuce.
Yeah.
Two
Oh,
sets.
wow.
Top and bottom set. This
Oh.
is not going to be good.
Slate's sipping his coffee
Yes.
like he just
Slate's
hit gold mine.
just
Yes.
comfy. He's putting Bo on ace king.
Like the king on the throne.
He's just gonna flat. Slate's style of play usually does lead to him
Oh my
losing
goodness.
the minimum. But
Reagan is now
wow.
kicking himself until we see the river.
That is
Reagan's
brutal.
kicking himself until he sees the cards.
Yeah, 100%.
Watching 9 come on the river.
Charlie, that's pretty much exactly what I just said. Word for word.
I have,
250 coming in from Bo. We got Slate, who's never letting this right in this spot. We'll see if a club comes out. Oh, there's a 7. It is a club, so
And-
Slate could get away from this.
so, we were all correct. We said, what happens if we see King 9 deuce? And I said
Yes.
King 9 7. We were all right.
Look at
This
that.
is there's no way Slate's not calling.
No, Slade can't call. Bet $475 into a $1,000 pot.
Reagan's
Yeah.
about to pat himself directly on the back.
I'm surprised to see Slade didn't. Well, the club stopped him from raising.
And there goes Reagan telling
Did
everybody.
you see
"I
Reagan spin
turned-
around?
Yes.
I turned to set, and he's like, "Yep, I had one too."
Yep.
Brutal pot. But like I said, Slate lost the minimum. You know.
Bo looks so disappointed right now that Reagan wasn't in there and Slade wasn't in there.
100%.
Bo's probably just realized that now that he sees the set, that he
He's
could have
wondering,
bet more.
he's wondering where the rest of the pot is.
Absolutely.
So he excitedly stacks up his chips.
Yeah, as
That's
excited
excited for Bo.
as excited as Bo can get. That's him leap. That's a pop off from
Yes.
Bo. He's gonna take a nice little pot there of about 1,000. But yeah,
That
we
still wasn't that bad of a hit from Slate.
no, not at all. Action tracker. Guys, I gotta go run that action tracker for Chris Gwynn. So
Thank you, Michael. And we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors.
Kojak's Poker Club. Bringing you Kojak's live on a Saturday night.
Good luck, y'all.
Welcome back, everybody. We are still on the, what is this, 3rd or 4th hand to hold 'em?
It's got to be the third, Charlie. Button's in
The-
front of.
The button's in the 3.5 position.
Okay, then it's on. It's in the Slate position. Oh, that's 4.5.
Wah, wah.
Or the Roy Hall.
So we've got Jeff. Jeff, this is a common occurrence with Jeff right here. Jeff picks up pocket jacks and just calls the $10. So just out of a player view here, is he calling looking for a raise to repop it, or what is he doing?
I think a lot of people. A lot of players hate jacks. Because your ace kings, your ace queens, your king queens.
And your king 3 calls.
Most of them are going to call. He's first to act.
So we've got a raise to
If-
50 and a 3-bet now.
I mean, if you're willing to call 150, you should have bet that, right?
Right.
Maybe not that much, but
So we've got a raise to 50 by Billy with king 10 suited, a 3-bet by Sergio with ace king to 160. Jeff's gonna call with jacks. I don't necessarily like that move.
that would have been a good spot for Jeff to.
Shove.
I mean, I think you have too much money to shove, but to put a good raise in.
I sure lost 4,000.
Reagan, come on in. You've got to stay in the remainder of this hand.
We are aware.
So in this hand right now, Reagan's joining us in the booth. He just luckily folded the set of 9s to a set of deuces and a set of kings. In this hand, we have Jeff with pocket jacks. We've got Slate in the pot with 7-4 offsuit. Billy with king 10 suited. That would be 7-4 suited also. And Sergio with ace king. Flop comes out, $1,200 in the pot on the flop. 3-4-5. 3-4-5.
And this is where Slate will confuse you to no end.
Jeff's going to lead up with 500.
He calls middle pair. And
Gut shot. So now we're going to be heads up. Bet was $500 in the turn. Chases the others out. Turn card comes a 3. We've seen Jeff fold big hands to big bets. Slate's one of the ones that can make big bets.
this is where Slate could easily bluff at the flush.
$800 wouldn't be unreasonable right here into 1,700.
You're trying to put him on cards he'd call 150 pre-flop with.
So Slate throws out 1,600. Jeff snaps all in. Slate turns his back. He turns
He's
his
playing
back.
a big pot and he could care less.
Yeah, he's playing a big pot.
A big pot to Slate's not $1,000, just so you guys know.
Slate has 5 outs.
He's got
3
that
6s and 2 4s.
He probably didn't know he got raised.
And
That is
he's
that
over
shirt.
here just thinking, and he's going to sit down and say, you raised me with what? I don't know if you guys, well, obviously most of the viewers don't know Slate. Some of them do. He is a good guy to know. And he's going to look at this and say, I've got to be beat.
But he may not care.
Yeah, he may not care.
Slate's favorite phrase is,
He
you
lets
gotta
it go.
hate money to play this game.
Yes. And he's going to let that go. And
He
he's going to
hates
sit
it more
down.
than anybody I know.
He's drinking a cup of caramel with a little bit of dash of coffee.
Oh, what a sweet guy.
He's got his sweet tooth active.
Yeah.
Reagan, what are you seeing out there, Reagan?
It's a decent game.
Did you think you folded a winner on the
on the turn.
You have to at first.
Yeah, at first. Then when Bo bet river, I was a little. I thought it possibly has a king. I know he didn't have flush. I thought kings was a possibility. And Bo's not going 3 streets there without
Yeah.
a hand.
Right.
And we
honestly-
figured Bo was more upset about
The rest of the
that
pot.
he didn't make a bigger bet once he saw how strong
Yeah,
Slate
the
was.
turn would have been real interesting.
Yes.
If I had gotten the turn.
Because
Turn-
Bo would have bet, you would have probably potted it.
I would have pot a raise. He shoves on me.
And then
I'm-
Slate
I'm-
would call.
The sickness I may even fold if Bo depends. I don't know how much he has. 4,000 maybe.
Yeah, he's sitting right around, let me peek. Bo is sitting at $7,800 minus what was in the pot. That's now in his. So Reagan, you're sitting second in chips right now. You got 13,700.
I didn't buy all of them.
No, you didn't buy all. You didn't
I
buy all of
tried
it.
to tell him that. Charlie-
Did Billy Wayne buy all those, or did you win? I can't
No,
tell.
no.
Billy's nickel and diming, but he's up a little bit. You're probably up the most.
No, actually not. Billy
Well, way
is
to read
up
on his parade,
$3,755. Reagan is up $3,755.
No, that's bullshit.
Y'all are
sorry.
y'all are both up the
Apologies.
exact same.
Can't say bullshit. Can't do it.
So, unfortunately, this will be Chris Murray's last night on live at Kojak's.
I was telling what he couldn't say.
So we've got 4-way action here. Reagan, after this hand, you can take off back out there. We got 4-way action. A little pot, $50. Not many people in there. So 4 times 10 is not 50. That would be 5-way action.
It's bull poo.
Bull poo.
Ace 3, Jack 9, Ace 5, and 7-3. 7-3 looks to have the best of it. And Billy bets with the worst of it. Ace 5. He hits his hopeful card on the turn, but that's not going to be enough. But one thing about this is you can get Sergio off a hand, except when he bets.
Except when you fold.
Except when he folds. So Sergio's going to pull in a pot. Reagan's going to say la vie and head out there. And,
Sorry for cussing.
yeah, he's going to jump up on Billy's money.
Don't come back, potty mouth.
So as we see here, Jeff Barnhart is up to $4,000.
It's a good little come up.
Yeah, it's really good. Sergio's up to 5,000. So we've got the smaller stacks growing. It is beneficial for some players to buy in with lower amounts because it's easier for them to jump up in dollars that way. Sergio is sitting right around $5,000. He's down $30 on the night. Jeff is up $375, so he is working on a win. Jason looks down under the gun, and he's going to see Kojak, and he's going to raise it up. We're looking at a raise to $50. Reagan, who cannot make it back to his chips in time to see that, is going to let go of the 10-8. Slate is not going to let go of King 10. Daryl's not going to let go of Ace Queen. Frankie's going to toss 4 deuce. Billy's probably going to call 4 deuce. Sergio folds the 4-3, and Bo's going to call the Jack 9. We've got 5 players to the flop. $250 in the pot.
I'd like to apologize to all the underage people that heard me say bull poop.
Once again, flop comes out 6 king 6. Slate picks up the top end of that with a king, along with Jason. He is now behind. Jason's going to lead out with $75, and Slate's going to call that. If we see anything below a 10, both cards will play. Slate looks so uninterested in playing sometimes.
Slate is just a cool cat.
Yes, he is. Turn card being a 5. Right now, the King Jack is going to play,
Predicting a 9 on the river.
and it looks like a 9 of hearts on the river. Both cards will play. It's going to go check, check. Jason's going to pull in a pot of $800, $475 profit.
Back to the caramel.
Back to the caramel for Slate. He's going to drink away his sorrows, and by drinking, we mean coffee. Look at that. Voluntary put in pot. 60% for Mr. Slate. Slate is sitting right at $3,345 down, but with his aggressive style and his calling action, that could be just one PLO hand, and he's back ahead.
Charlie, what exactly is calling action?
Calling action. That's ATC. In Hold'em, AFC, and PLO. He likes to play.
He does like to play.
Reagan 3 deuce. No fun, Reagan. No fun. No guts, no glory. Slate 6-4 offsuit. I predict a call or a raise.
Right now, I think they're talking about the bull poop statement.
Six
Six-way action.
Six-way action. Six-way action. Headed to the flop. Flop comes out ace, jack, 8. I see an 8. That's it.
Rainbow.
I see an 8 in everybody's hands. That's the best hand. I think this is gonna an ace on the turn. First to bet is gonna be the first to win. $300 in the pot, and Sergio's gonna say, "I'm gonna bet $135 with my best hand."
Bo's gonna call with the flush draw. And a gutter. 9 for a straight.
King for a straight.
King for a straight. A double gutter.
Yeah.
Also known, I believe, as a belly buster.
He
Double belly buster.
not only does he hit this. No, he doesn't hit straight. He just hits flush.
Yes.
So Sergio checks.
Bad card to bet. Good card to take the pot with.
Yeah, it goes check check. You can't really make a bet there with ace ace jack jack
No, sir.
because ace deuce wins.
Yes. Any ace, any jack.
I'd like to add my poker expertise. Any pocket eights win. So Bo's
You're
gonna
right,
pick it
Charlie.
up
Thank you.
with a diamond flush.
Yes.
Pulls in a pot of $570, $385 profit to bump him up. That's going to take Bo up to $7,300. He is now up $2,340 thanks to those set over folded set.
Yes.
Reagan's enjoying the action there with his Houston gear, and I don't think Slate could care less about it. He doesn't even pay attention to it.
He's missing some Rockets gear there. We need to get him a Rockets scarf. Those are the Houston Rockets, Charlie. Basketball team.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
Captain Obvious. Slate's going to call with ace-7. Daryl's going to let go of the 32. Frankie's going to fold the 2 blank cards in. Billy's probably going to raise the 8 deuce
There-
suited.
There's no Billy's probably going to do anything because Billy is unpredictable.
So we're going to have a raise to $35. And at Kojak's, as you all know, brought to you by our sponsors, Kojak's Live, $35 is guaranteed 5-way action.
Yes.
Billy has a range, but even he doesn't know what it is.
Oh,
Yes.
hey, it didn't even bring 5 players to the pot because Reagan's going to 3-bet it with 7-6 suited to $200.
And that's a position raise.
Billy re-raises to $1,000 with 8 deuce suited. So we've got 6-7 suited versus 8 deuce suited.
And the lead.
Yeah, and 8 deuce is in the lead and it takes the pot down. Did he show it?
No, I'm gonna guess he's not gonna flip that over.
Oh my gosh, that was a really So what we're missing this week is we're missing Corey. Corey was the vital element last week because it was back and forth between him and Billy. Billy should have showed that hand right there to induce the action from Reagan. Yes, sir, Mr. John Reynolds.
Hi, looking for a fan, but no.
John, I am your biggest fan.
We
Oh,
are.
thank
We
you.
are. All fans are in use right now.
Charlie, back to your other statement. Showing that ace deuce to Reagan is not going to induce Reagan to provide you with more action.
It would. You don't think there's any chance that it would further down? Look at this.
Absolutely
We've seen
not.
this all night long. I'm going to cut you off real quick. We've seen this all night long. Big pocket pairs under the gun.
Yes.
Call. We've seen jacks. We've seen kings. We've seen aces. Now we see queens,
Billy's got 6s.
and he just calls.
Oh!
And
We
actions.
are limping over.
Living is
I
over.
promise.
Yeah, limping is over.
This
so,
is gonna get
Ugly.
crazy, I promise.
That's going to be
Did
So-
he just call?
He just
did
called.
just
so Slate raises it up to $300. Daryl smooth calls with queens. Billy's gonna know his 6s are no good. He's gonna show them to Frankie and say, "La vie." So we're gonna have 3-way action. Jeff's no chance to play his 6-5.
Heads up.
Kings versus queens, the classic no limit nightmare.
How
for
about a
the
king
queens.
queen flop? Why not? Hey, yowzer!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, queen all.
Slate doesn't know how far he's behind.
The flop helps
Yeah.
Slate.
Yes,
the
it
flop,
does.
The flop may allow Slate to actually get away from this.
Daryl's gonna lead out with $300. I would love to see a.
No,
I would love to see a raise right here. I would love to
It's
see
coming.
it.
Oh, it's
No.
coming.
There's
it
a
is.
sexy yellow chip flying out there with it. Slate re-raises to 1,300, and you saw by the look on Daryl's face, he says, "What the heck?" Daryl's gonna call right here.
Because he thinks he might have a flush.
Flush is possible.
Because there's 3
Now-
to the.
A diamond on the turn
Kills everyone's action.
should
What about the king of diamonds?
no the king any diamond.
Yeah, four of
And-
clubs. Daryl's gonna have to check here. Slate's probably gonna have to check behind him.
You might have to scoot it all
By
in.
by probably having to check, I mean throwing out one of those yellow chips. and Daryl's gonna make the call. Daryl knows there's a good chance that Slate may have one diamond in his hand. Oh my gosh!
Oh,
King
king on the river.
King on the river.
Oh! And there was no bet.
And it goes check, check, and look at Daryl. Daryl throws his hands up and says, "What the heck was that?" Slate jumps up and says, "Oh my gosh, I was that far behind." Wow.
Wow.
And this is the only way you're going to be able to get chips from Daryl Hopkins.
That's
is
the
hands
biggest
like
one.
that.
And he gives him a hug.
That's a I'm sorry hug.
That is a I sucked out big time, and I'm
Wow.
sorry hug.
Wow. So that's a $5,200 pot. That's the second biggest pot of the night. And it is one on the river. And we saw last week and the week before when Daryl did lose, he lost
Slate's
on the
reeling
river
him in.
card. He lost on the river card, and that's the same thing that's happening tonight.
I'm 100% surprised we didn't see any betting on the flop. It was kind of obvious Slate knew he didn't have a flush, and Daryl didn't think he had a flush.
Wow.
See, folks, it's not just online.
That stuff happens in real life
You
too.
get some bad beats real life, too.
Yes, and luckily we, here at Kojak's, our automatic shuffler, known as our dealers, use that Poker Bros algorithm to get the hands out there.
Yes. Kojak's built on algorithms.
Oh my gosh, that was an incredible hand. Flop set of queens, rivered set of kings.
It is kind of funny, though, that you're betting with zilch, hit your top set, and check.
Yes. So one thing I do like about the live stream play is they don't play textbook poker here. They don't play let me trick you poker here. They play, it seems like, we don't know what we're doing, but we're going to get there. I don't understand some of these calls. Like right now, we have 4 players in the pot, $130 in the pot, 9-4, queen 10, 9-8, ace 4.
Charlie, if everyone played the exact same, it'd be kind of boring. It's kind of like if we all looked alike.
Right. We would all be like in our eyes.
We'd all be as good looking as Murphy Lee.
Right, so the pot is now at $555 after Jeff Barnett bets $325 on his top pair. There's no way that anyone can call this. So Jeff's going to pick up maybe his 4th pot of the night. He's getting more comfortable with his cards because we've seen him smooth call top pair. We've seen him do all kinds of stuff, and now he's getting confident. He's getting comfortable, and he's making plays.
Play better.
Yeah, it's easy to play better when you start to win.
A little confidence.
Yes, and that's really what this game is about. You can play 3 deuce just like aces and win.
That pot should have brought Slate up about to even, huh?
I think Slate is now up. Michael Slate is down $755.
That's even a Slate.
That's about even. So with a button in seat 1 on Big Taco, we are now back to Pot Limit Omaha.
Big Taco, quite possibly the best nickname at Kojak.
How did he get that?
He likes Mexican food, Charlie.
That's right, he eats at a Who's all the time.
Honestly, made that up, but
No, he eats at Who's every day. Now I feel like an idiot because that's probably true, but he does eat
if we're
at
gonna
Who's
give
every
if we're
day.
gonna give Frankie a nickname on what he eats, it's gonna be chips and salsa.
Yeah. Let's start calling him Chips and Salsa. Setting in seat 1, first hand of Pot Limit Omaha, Chips and Salsa is on the button.
Yes.
Billy's gonna come. He has the bring in of $25 on the round of PLO. It's 10 on the button. You cannot call in PLO. You have to raise it up to 25 to bring in. Bo's gonna call it with 4 random cards. Reagan, actions on him. Queen 10, 9, 3. I think he's thinking of a raise.
He may be getting bored.
And so, being bored, he calls the 25.
And Slate calls with 3 2s. I'm not sure you're playing on this hand, but
We're gonna see a 2 on the flop. You know that. You know we're gonna see a 2 on the
we
flop.
must.
Yes.
Slate may play every hand from here on out.
When you're running good, you're running good.
Yes.
He's back to even, so he can play anything.
Yeah.
So it looks like we've got 6 players to the flop, $150 in there. Bo is going to check, Reagan's going to check, Slate's going to check, Daryl's going to check, Frankie's going to check, Billy checks. Turn card comes out of 10 of diamonds.
No ace face anywhere?
No ace face, Billy's got a flush, he's got the diamond flush, Slate has the nut flush draw.
With 6 2s and an ace.
Yeah.
Bo has top 3.
I'm kind of rooting for Slate here, to tell you the
You
truth.
know Slate's going to win when you have 3 deuces in your hand.
Yes.
So Billy's going to lead out with his diamond draw.
So Slate's got the nuts.
Sweet.
and he raises the nuts.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he pots it to $550. Billy, I don't think can call right here. Bo is not. I don't know. Bo could call.
Bo's not calling.
Bo's got 3 cards for a boat.
Bo's not calling.
He's already got the straight at 3 to the 3
Yeah, he's got-
and
Bo
and
is
the
not.
second
Bo
and
is
the
not
second-
calling.
He's got the second nut blocker. He's got the straight. He's got 3 boats out
Bo
there.
is not calling.
King, a queen, or a 10 jack. No, he's.
Yes, Bo is full. Show him all those deuces, Slate.
You know if he folds.
He
Slate, show the
folds.
deuces. Show the deuces, Slate. Slate does not show the deuces.
He didn't want to do it to him. He said that's how he lost his fingers.
Showing 3 cards in his hand.
Yeah,
Bad taste. Too soon.
too soon.
Too soon. So Daryl has played very good tonight. Go around the table, give him a little round robin of just quick how they played tonight. Daryl's played good. He made 1 bad call early, but it wasn't for much. He's gotten beat up on the river.
And that's just part of it.
Slate has played mediocre poker. He's hit the river. This is the difference in how chip stacks are built.
In Slate's defense, he was the aggressor when he hit the river.
Right.
He didn't check call it, you know. Not that makes a whole lot of difference, but
Frankie has just been silent cowboy tonight.
yeah, Frankie hadn't done much.
Billy has been an aggressor. That's why his chip stack's so big. Sergio,
It's been kind of blah poker, to tell you the truth.
right. Sergio has played ABC poker. He hadn't gone out on a
He
limb.
did raise with a extremely bad PLO hand, 7 high.
Anyone?
No, he didn't win,
He didn't win that one?
But he didn't lose much.
Okay, sitting next to Sergio is Jeff. Jeff's played solid poker. He's folded some winners when he wasn't sure about it. He's bet his big hands. He's got bet off hands. Sitting next to him, Bo's played pretty steady. I think maybe Bo's played at this table tonight. Bo's probably played the best.
Bo's played the
I'm not saying best as
the
in
steadiest.
yeah. That's the term I'm looking for. Bo's played
Maybe most
constant.
consistent.
Yeah, constant. Yes,
Consistent.
constant.
Consonant.
So
If you notice, Slate's kind of pepped up a little bit
There-
after the Cup of Caramel and the River King.
absolutely, we've got a raise to $120 in PLO, and what does that mean at Kojak's? That means we have 6 players to the flop.
And Charlie, while we have a chance, I'd like to thank our sponsors.
Kojak's Poker Club bringing to you every Saturday Night Live. Kojak's. Thank you, Clyde Hinton and Carrie Shaver. Flop comes out 987.
We'd like to thank Kojak's for buying our dinner this evening.
Absolutely, and the only reason we bring that to you is because Miss Heather is in the room to gather up the money. So as we all look to our technician, Mr. Chris Gwynn, to pay the tab.
I forgot my wallet. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll make a bet to see who pays on dinner. Chances are I'll lose, so I'll go ahead and pay for the dinner. Welcome, Mr. Chris Murray. Thank you for joining us out tonight.
Thank you guys. Who knows? Maybe Carter's hot air balloon will go down and I can do this again next week.
All right, now that we're back live, we've got heads up action. That's PLO. No straight out there.
And it's
Kings,
over.
Kings are in the lead. And we're back to the chip count.
Hey guys, thank you.
So it's been quite a different night here. Usually we have Mr. Carter in here with the poker knowledge, giving live statistics. Tonight
With the what?
we've got Mr. Chris Murray in
Thank
here.
you. Thank you.
Welcome to the game.
Yes.
So once again, we'd like to thank you all for coming out. We've got about 30 minutes left of the live feed. Just want to take this chance to remind you, coming up January 20th, Wednesday, we have a $500 Big O lead-off event of our mini-series. On Thursday.
One of the days to start with a T.
Yeah, one of the days, the second one that starts with a T. Thursday, the second day of our mini-series, we have a $1,000 no-limit high roller along with a $300 bounty tournament. Friday and Saturday, we have day 1A, B, and C of our $40,000 $400 entry mini high roller. If you're not satisfied with how you finished in that, we do have our second chance no limit hold'em turbo event.
Charlie, is
Sunday.
a good time while we're on camera to thank our sponsors.
Kojak's Poker Club bringing you Kojak's live every Saturday night.
Back live, folks. Here we go.
We've got a big hand brewing here with $80 in the pot. Jeff's So we've got $305 in the pot, and it's going to be heads up. Billy's going to Jeff's bet's $75. Billy raises it with, I'm trying to figure out, Jack 9, so he's got a straight. I wonder what Jeff's going to do here. Jeff's got the second nuts. He just makes the call. $380 in the pot.
That call's going to slow Billy down.
Well, the thing is that
So was it
the
the-
board paired.
Yeah. But Billy's also aware that, A, Jeff is short and fairly close to the vest.
Yeah, Jeff's going to make a little bet there, or does he just show his cards down?
They've just turned them on.
Okay, just check, show him down. Jeff's going to flip over the king high flush.
And we're back.
And we're back button in seat number 5, fifth hand of pot limit Omaha. Billy's stack is continuing to grow. Sergio's stack is slowly growing. Frankie's stack, though.
Nobody's stack's really taken off, Charlie. Like I said, it's been ho, hum.
Frankie's stack hasn't changed.
Ho hum poker.
Frankie's stack has not changed. Tonight's been the first night that we've seen calm poker. We haven't seen really any all-ins, have we?
No, we haven't.
We saw Jeff Barnett go all in when he had
Yes.
Barnhart. I don't. Sorry, Jeff. I don't know your last name.
Barn-ish.
Barnett. Yeah, Barn.
Let's call you Barnish.
So we've got Billy up 4,000, Reagan's up 3,500, Bo is up 2,000, Jeff is up $570. Daryl is tonight's big loser so far with 7,500, but just one hand he can flip it around.
Daryl's taking some bad beats.
River cards have murdered him tonight. Hey, look at this, pocket aces, and they make the call.
And kings. Jeff with kings.
Makes the 3-bet. That's the difference in the experience there. The guy with aces, Slate, he knows aces aren't great.
But Jeff's flatted aces all night long too. It could be a combination of it's getting late. Who knows? He just wants to splash around. He's picked up some chips.
Flop comes out, Queen 9-6. So we're looking around for some King 10s, Jack 10s, and the only thing I really see there is the Jack 8 and King 10, Daryl and Slate.
Both gutters, nothing open-ended. And aces fold.
Yeah, so the Kings lead out with $215, and the Aces right behind it call.
Slate may be glad he's close to even and just ready to rack them up.
Going to the turn, 5 of spades does not change anything.
Oh, Slate's still in.
Yeah, Slate's in the lead.
Sorry, folks, I'm watching a different game.
Yeah, so his cards are right behind the chip stack of Reagan. They're hard to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Check. 9 of hearts on the river. Pocket Kings is disgusted that he did not bet the turn or the river because he could have picked up that hand. But he opts to go check, and the aces from Slate pick it up. Slate is now
Even.
$100 up.
I'll be darned.
After finding a king in a magician's
miracle.
hat.
A miracle.
Yes, after finding a miracle card on the river to beat Daryl on a $5,000 pot, Slate finally crosses the finish line to get even. Not the finish line, but you know what I'm trying to say.
He didn't win the race, but he didn't come in last.
Absolutely. But there's still lots of poker. One thing about this is once 11 o'clock does roll around, we turn off the cameras. I wish we could leave the cameras on, but they switch tables. So what they do is they switch cards, switch tables over to another table. They go back to the Copag cards, and they play.
Yeah, all these chips are for the taking after 11 o'clock.
Yes, Sergio last week was down $2,000 on this table.
The game may get bigger.
He goes over to the second table. He wins 13,000.
Yep.
So the game definitely changes. Man, Bo's got a hefty little stack over there.
Hefty.
Slate has resorted to lifting his cards up to see him.
That's what old people do.
Welcome. Thank you for watching, Mr. Shaver. We miss you out here. Can't wait for you to come back out.
Dennis, get to feeling better, buddy. Get to feeling better. Our buddy Dennis is sick. So, hope he gets to feeling better.
Yes. Look at this hand right here. Raised to $30. What does that mean to Kojak's? 22 callers from 7 different tables.
Yep.
5 players in the pot, 150 in the pot. Flop comes out all hearts. Slate
I think
loves
I heard someone in the bathroom say call.
Slate loves it. He's got the nut flush draw, and he holds 3 hearts in his hand. I don't think he gets any action out of this unless somebody's got a 4 in their hand. So there is a boat out on the board. Sergio is 95% to win. I don't think Slate knows it because he throws out $150. Sergio calls. He doesn't have the greatest boat, but it's still rowing in the water.
No such thing as a bad boat, Charlie.
What if it sinks? A 10 on the river gives him an even bigger boat now. 10's full of 4s. What is Slate going to do? What is Slate going to do? Sergio bets 300. That's probably going to stop Slate. Slate knows Sergio's not going to put money out
Slate's picked up some chips. He's got them in the hand with 4 fingers.
there. And he makes the call. He's going to be disappointed to see
We got a lot of
10-4.
boats.
He throws out his ace-king and says, what do I do with this? And I'm not going to show my 5-deuce. Billy in the lead at 15,000. 2 players at 13-4. Jason must have added on.
You think?
He
went from 3,000 to 13,000.
So Jason makes a quick add-on of 13,000 chips. Right now, Jason is sitting down $1,635. Sergio's stacking in a lot of those black chips. That's got to make him feel confident and comfortable.
The last 6 are Slates, so that makes him feel even better.
Anytime you can squeeze out some money from Michael Slate, you feel good.
Yes.
Anytime. Slate likes to gamble. He enjoys this game right here.
Slate hosted a deep stack tournament today.
So let me give some explanation on that. Here at Kojak's every Saturday, we have a $200 deep stack tournament. It is a re-entry tournament. It's not a rebuy, so you re-enter as a new person and have to switch seats. We have 3 tables out here, 9 seats per table. That's a possibility of 27 seats. I'm pretty sure Michael Slate sent in every one of them today. Just kidding on that. We had an interesting deep stack tournament today due to the fact that there was bounties on everybody. Players like to put bounties on people. Slate put out 3 bounties. Chris Murray put out a couple bounties. Clyde Hinton threw out a couple bounties. And when people knocked those players out, Slate put $100 bounty on $100 bounty on Clyde Hinton. Jimmy Castro knocked Clyde Hinton out, and Slate gratefully walked over and handed a $100 bill to Jimmy.
We also had 2 last longers, a $500 last longer and a $100 last longer.
Action is out here.
So if you got knocked out at any point and had to rebuy for all of it, you're looking at about $1,000 every time you did that. Pretty sure Slate did that about 6 times.
5 players in the pot. $400 in the pot. Now, King of Hearts, 3 of clubs, 6 of spades comes out. Reagan's going to say, I don't know. Daryl bets $300 with 2 pairs, 6-3. I was trying to figure out what Daryl had. I was looking at the ace-queen suited. Couldn't figure it out. Reagan's going to raise
Top
to
set.
$1,300, and Daryl gets outdrawn again.
He got out flopped.
Same.
How about that sit over sit?
Man. Incredible.
We got Michael Lopez back in the booth.
He was out there running the computer program. What is that? Action tracker?
Yeah.
He was running the action tracker, sitting right next to Daryl Hopkins when Daryl flopped a set of queens and Michael Slate rivered a set of kings. So when that happened, we saw Daryl throw back from the table. We saw Michael Slate jump up and do his cheerleader dance.
Yep.
What
And
was
then
Then he came over and hugged him.
Yeah. So what was that whole exchange
Oh,
about?
it was just the
Just
whole
disgust.
the whole table just Jiminy Christmas. They all erupted with laughs.
Michael, let me ask you:
and
were you surprised you didn't see any betting on the river?
With the 3 diamonds on the flop, that makes everything else so hard.
Exactly. They
Except for the guy that's firing with the 3 diamonds and then
Slate-
catches a set.
Slate put.
He's talking about
Daryl-
he's talking about another hand when Slate had deuce, deuce, deuce.
No,
ace.
no.
Oh, I
On
saw that
hand,
one.
On that hand, there were 3 diamonds
Yes.
with the queen of diamonds.
Yes,
and Slate fired both flop
With
and
no
turns
diamonds.
With no diamonds, then hits his set and checks.
Yes. No, on the set over set one, Slate said he put Daryl on ace queen with an ace of diamonds.
The blocker.
Well, with it.
Which
yeah,
after you
yeah.
win the pot, it's easy to say, this was
Yeah,
on a
validate-
hand that beat
yeah.
me.
To validate your reasoning.
Right.
That's one of the things I thought was funny whenever I went back out there with the set over set over set. If Reagan had called, Bo said, of course, after the hand was over, I put him on a set too.
Of course.
I
I get a kick out of
you
people
would
that
put-
call with an underpair and go, I put you on a king. Well, then you should have folded. If you put me on top pair,
Yeah, and that's not a winning play to make a call. But yeah, Daryl's just calling Slade a lucky choice words, So it's all fun though. Daryl takes a beating like no other.
And-
Always a gentleman.
So last week, 3 weeks ago, Daryl had a huge win, 20K win.
Yes.
2 weeks ago, Daryl got eaten up on the river.
Yep.
Last week, Daryl got eaten up on the river.
Yep.
This week,
Got
Daryl's getting eaten up on the river.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that common occurrence is happening?
I don't know if it's an issue of slow playing too much. That would be the instant easy answer. But I think Daryl has a knack for finding whenever players are weak, but then just getting sucked out on those key
Because
pots.
on almost all the hands that he's lost on the river going over the course of the last 3 weeks, he's been ahead till the river.
Yes.
Does he just not? Is he just not betting enough?
I think the
Or is the gamble too high?
Yes, that's what I think it is. I think he understands that
Risk
putting
versus
putting
reward.
so much into a pot
Well,
can only do so much whenever players are going to be calling you off anyways.
look at his set of queens. There was a flush out on the board.
Yeah, I mean that instance right there, you can't do anything
Yeah.
to protect it
Mhm.
unless you really truly think that the other person doesn't have any diamonds in their hand. Well, there we
it's
see
so hard
three
to make a
fours.
flush too, though.
There we see 3 4s. Go in the muck. That's what's supposed to happen. But we saw Slate win a hand
Take
with
it down.
3 deuces.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Mikey, have a good one. So here at Kojak's, we have a $40 bet or a $50 bet, and we're probably gonna have 5 callers. So we've got a pot brewing. It looks like it's gonna be $300 pot, 5 players.
I'm liking Queen 8-7-6.
Queen 8-7-6, Jason's hand. So the flop comes out 3 clubs, King 3-4.
Like I said,
Did somebody bloody Jason earlier?
No, he bought in for 5,000.
Bo did a little bit.
Yeah, he bought in for 5,000, lost 1,000. Jason likes to have maximum value of chips in his stacks so that he can double up and make a quick penny. Queen 8-7-6. Is Queen 8-7-6 in the lead?
No,
It's
there's
0%
someone's
chance
got a
to
flush.
Yeah, it's 0%.
Reagan's got a 10 high flush.
And he bets $100 on it. Slate's gonna call it. River card comes out an ace.
It's gonna end that.
Reagan bets $200. Oh, I'd love to see a pot bet right here. If anybody could do it, Slate could do it. But he's got the very well known I'm about to fold grab on the cards, and he's gonna throw them.
The pre-fold fold.
That pre-fold fold where your instincts tell you know what you're supposed to do.
I think Billy was just doing some sit-ups back there. Get a quick workout.
Between the slices of pizza
Yes, get a quick
and
work
the
and the
crown.
crown.
Yeah.
So as
Look at it, he's washing it down with water.
as we've spoken over the last 5 or 6 episodes, Billy orders pizza from Papa John's. Billy eats the whole pizza from Papa John's throughout the course of the night. He does not share his pizza, but he'll share his crown.
You gotta be. Billy would share his pizza with me.
You gotta,
Billy
you gotta
would
draw
share-
your line
Billy
somewhere.
would share his pizza.
You gotta draw your line somewhere.
The crown, not the pizza.
The crown, not the pizza. You know what would really knock this game into the next level is if Braxton Dunaway was sitting at the table. His wild random style of play, that would put chips in play.
I don't think it's totally random.
raised
And
to
we're back.
$90. And at Kojak's, a $90 raise means at least three
Everyone's
players.
calling.
Yeah, everyone's calling. I think John Reynolds actually just called from in the booth.
Charlie, we've got about 15 minutes of live stream, so I'd like to thank our sponsors.
Kojak's Poker Club bringing you Kojak's Live on a Saturday night. We've got right around 10, 20, 30, 40, 60. We've got almost $70,000 on play on the table here. We've got aces versus tens versus a fold. So now it's going to be heads up. Set of tens versus aces. Aces does not have a straight draw. That's a scary card, though, because
No.
Ray can hold the aces. He's got nut flush.
Flush draw.
And he's going to bet it. $400. Slate just takes that 4 black chips and throws them right into the pot. Not scared of it. Turn card, a queen.
That may slow. No, 10's full. It's coming in hot.
Reagan's going to check. Slate's going to put about $500 out there.
And Reagan's gonna fold.
Yeah, Reagan's going to fold. By $500, I meant $1,400. So
Close.
Slate's going to pull in a $2,800 pot for a $780 win.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. I'm gonna get some racks. They're gonna move to a different table and keep on playing after the live stream. If you want to come down and get in on this action,
All right, so it looks
it'll
like
go late.
Yeah, it'll go late. We've
This
got
is
a
an
5 on
open
the button.
invitation. Anyone listening?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We invite the better players out here. Come on out. If
And
you
the
wanna-
bad players.
Yeah, any player. Really.
Anybody, come on. If you got money, you're welcome.
Yeah, this table definitely.
Thank you, Murray.
Definitely the higher level players play this table. They can do anything with any amount of chips and any 2 cards, in some cases, any 4 cards. Sergio's going to fold his queen 6 offsuit as soon as he sees it. Jeff's going to let go of his Swanson hand, King 9. That's Crystal Swanson's favorite hand. Jason's been really
And that's why
quiet.
Crystal Swanson's a dealer.
Yes. Jason, who has been really quiet tonight, he's down about $1,000, is going to raise it up to $50 with 9-6, and Billy's going to nicely fold from the button 9-6 and let him have it. Sergio's cleaning off his glasses to make sure that he saw that hand correctly. Once again, quick look at the chip stacks. Daryl's going to be short stack right now with around $1,700. As soon as they switch tables, his play will change and he will probably double up a couple times. Frankie sees that Billy's not there and takes that chance to put $10 on the button for him. Billy comes running back so he can see his cards. Sergio, first act, has a double down hand but lets it go. Jeff's going to let go of his ace. Billy's going to let go. Oh, no, that's Bo's going to let go of 10-3. As with everybody in between slates, Kojak hand, he's going to raise it up to, it's no limit, so we can do anything. We're going to throw out $100. Frankie's got wired 6s. He's going to make the call. And I see Billy calling from the button, but he doesn't.
But he's got pizza and crown on the mind.
So heads up action going to the flop, $210 in the pot. King Jack versus 6s. Flop comes out, Queen 7 Jack.
It's going to be check down. I'm going to predict a check down.
I don't, because our Poker Brother algorithm's going to put a 6 on the turn.
Won't matter. I predict a complete check down. There you go. They've already turned their cards over.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of them turned them over.
Yeah.
The winner turned them over. Slate's going to pick up a nice, easy $110 profit off of that. Slate's enjoying it. Look at that. He's dancing around.
I would too if I rivaled Daryl in a $9,000 pot, $5,000 pot.
That's really the only way that I see you getting chips from Daryl. Sucking out.
You mean me or someone in general?
Someone in general. And that's what we've seen. That's the only way you're going to get Daryl's chips.
Yeah, I mean, there's other, I mean, if you get them caught like it's like a set over set on the flop where
All
it's
going
hard
with
to
the-
get rid of.
Yeah. The Cowboy just looks quiet tonight.
Yeah, the Cowboy may just be in chill mode.
He's up $210.
Chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Reagan folds the flat tire. Slate's probably going to call with 8-5.
That's a
Just
good
kidding.
bottle. That's a good bottle of whiskey right there. $210.
Frankie's not going to fold. He's going to raise it up, and he's going to take down the pot. Whoa, no.
Sergio may come along for the ride. Got to be one of the last hands.
It's we've got about 12 minutes left. It looks like this round will be the last round. It looked like it was hard for Sergio to fold that $10 to 100. Frankie shows, King Queen shows that he was behind. Another one of the last looks at the chip stacks that we'll have tonight. Bo sitting at $6,900 is up $2,000.
Not a bad night's work.
Man, not at all. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 9 players that are up. We've got 2 of the 9 players that are down. Jason's down $1,755, and Daryl's down a little over $8,300.
It happens. It happens.
Daryl, welcome to the booth. Daryl, got some questions for you. Join us in the booth is Mr. Daryl Hopkins, who was a recipient of the River King. And we were just talking, and I was saying, you know, over the last, you had a huge win a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and over the course of the last few weeks, you've lost chips, but you've lost them on the river. Almost every one of your big losses have been on the river.
Right.
You have him in that position. You just can't get him to go away. That's not.
Well, you don't
Nothing
want
you
him to
can
go
do.
away. He did not want those kings to go away.
I really didn't want Slade on that hand to go away because I felt like he had an overpair and with his diamond draw, and he's betting 1,000 at a time.
And he was naked in there with no diamonds.
Yeah, and he's gonna bluff the river.
Right.
You know, and I don't have that many more chips to throw over the top of him when he bets the river, so he's gonna call.
He's going to have to call.
I'm gonna get max value. It's just that, you know, it's a 2 out of
I-
it, you know, I mean.
I
it is
think
what it
that
is.
may have been the case king.
Uh,
Yeah, I think that may have been the case king. We haven't seen any
Doesn't
wild-
make Daryl feel any better.
No. That's not what I was trying to do. I was just telling our viewers this. But tonight you played really solid poker.
You know, I've been in some spots to where, you know, I flopped 3 pair, ace 9 3 a while ago, and should have been a little more aggressive with it, but we were in a 5-way pot.
It's hard to be aggressive with 5
It's hard to be
action.
aggressive in PLO,
PLO, yes.
you know, with 5 players.
Look at this hold'em hand right here.
Lose that one too, but should have took it down if I'd have played more aggressive.
Jeff just flops the absolute right now. A7.
Oh wow.
He's gonna bet we're gonna have no call. Sergio's gonna look at his 7, show it, fold it. Jeff's gonna fold his hand, or muck his hand after, not letting anybody see it. We haven't seen any big bluffs tonight, have we? Last week we saw Corey try to bluff 8,000 on the river, and he got caught by Billy. But we haven't seen any big bluffs tonight.
Hasn't been a whole lot of chip movement.
Right, tonight's been a quiet night, hasn't it?
It has really.
Missing a couple of the big pot movers. You know, your Coreys, your Braxtons, your Mike Tylers.
Well, the play's been more straightforward because you are missing those kind of guys that, you know, will bluff and will play a little more aggro, you know, so when the play's a little more straightforward, Bo's a straightforward player, everybody knows that.
We saw one hand that was out of line,
Right.
and that was Reagan versus Billy. Reagan had 6-7 suited. Billy had 8 deuce suited. Billy bet. Reagan re-raised. Billy went over the top to $1,000 pre-flop.
Well, and both those two guys realize that each other's range is going to be wide on any given hand, so they're going to get out of line sometimes as far as what it looks like on
Yes.
and stuff. The problem you have, the dynamics of this particular table, when you have Slate down towards the end in that 8 seat, you can't bluff him off a hand. He's the only one at the table that'll call, you know, really light.
And that's what Murray was talking about earlier.
You know, so when you have somebody down at the end, it's not doing you a lot of good, and then I'm right behind him, and they know that if I'm in a pot after someone's raced pretty good, that
You
I
probably
have
got
some
it.
type of hand.
Right.
You know, so, and there's just not anything in there, and Billy's down on number 2, and you know, he's got Bo behind him, and Bo's playing real tight, and I'm
Jason's right there. Jason's been rock solid, not playing anything. And Frankie's not even. Frankie's maybe played 5 hands.
This game really isn't a great. I'm just saying.
It's not a
made
for TV
It's
game.
really not a great game if you want to come and throw chips around and,
Right.
and play. I mean, you are missing a few of the players that we've had the last couple of weeks that, man, just want to gamble,
Yes.
as we say it. So,
Slate looks bored with his win right now. He's sitting back there just messing around.
oh yeah,
So quick look at the chip count. We've got 4 players over 10,000. Jason did buy his way there. Jason was down $1,000 and now he's at 13,000. So he did add on big. So we're heading into the last probably 3 hands of the night. We might be able to get one more PLO hand. Look at this. Slate's got queens. Let's see what you have, Daryl.
probably aces.
Oh, 4 deuce.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
You would definitely be re-raising right here, right?
I'm surprised Slate didn't put my chips in there.
Right? So all night long, we've seen pocket pairs, smooth call.
Yeah.
$10. Like that hand between Reagan, Bo, and Slate, where they all had sets on the turn.
Oh yeah, King 9 deuce,
Yes.
set over set, and then
Set
turn to
folded.
set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 hands of Hold'em left, and then we probably will be able to get 1 hand of PLO.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go back out there. And
Yes,
catch
sir.
my
Catch
buddy.
it. Yeah,
good
catch
luck,
it up.
Daryl. Frankie wakes up with Ace Jack of Hearts and call folds.
No, he didn't. So what happens right there is the action tracker, they accidentally hit one person and it moves real fast, so they have to go back and refold everybody. Daryl, that's Daryl sitting right there. He was the gentleman in here just talking with us. He ran back to try to catch his hand. He didn't make it in time. So Frankie's going to raise it up with blackjack, actually red jack, to $75. Billy's going to make the call. Sergio's going to make the call. Flop comes out. King 7 jack. Billy, what do you have, Billy?
First bet gets Frankie off that hand. Oh, it's already over.
Yeah, Frankie won.
Oh,
Frankie was they went check bet.
Frankie should have been the first one to act.
Yeah, it went bet check fold. It's interesting to watch how people act at a poker table. You know, Reagan's got in a hand, he's extremely serious, doesn't talk. Billy talks the whole time, does the little magic finger roll tricks. Sergio's got the hat turned backwards, shades where you can't see what he's thinking, but they're all quiet. And then action comes to Slate. Slate is the absolute nuts or an absolute bluff. He's talking the same way. As a poker player, do you take that into consideration?
A lot of people try to get tails off of that. If you're acting the exact same way on every single hand, it's harder to do. I'm kind of a spaz. I kind of look around, do the same thing whether I have a big hand or
Well, you've got to
not a
disguise
big
your hands.
hand.
You've got to disguise it. Do you, as a poker player, because you play a lot of the big games here, do you ever try to reverse act your hands?
I
You
think
know what I mean, right?
I think that is more on like when you just flat aces, as opposed to make a big bet with aces and then try to opposite. A lot of tells I don't think are necessarily conscious tells, right? They tell you, they look at the veins in your neck and your
Yeah.
eyes blinking and all that crap.
As a poker player, if I'm sitting at the table and you're watching me and my carotid artery is pounding, I'm either bluffing or I got the nuts. I mean, I don't know how to control it. I don't know
I mean,
how
it's
to do that.
like getting arrested, right? And after doing nothing, the cop goes, "Well, you're nervous." Well, yeah. You pulled me over.
Right.
I've done nothing, but you're still a cop, right?
Yes. So look at this hand right here. Queen of diamonds, 9 of diamonds. Jeff's holding king of diamonds, 10 of diamonds. Slate's holding ace of diamonds, 5 of diamonds.
What a jack of diamonds on the river just for
Man,
fun.
that would be absolutely brutal. As you can see, players are starting to rack up their
At this
chips.
point, ace high. There you go. You can see a little fireworks.
Jeff's going to lead out with $500. Slate is over here. He's
Minimum calling.
Oh, there's no chance he calls. He's going to
He's got the nuts.
Yeah, he's got the nuts.
Yes.
No chance he calls.
Yes. No, he is. I'm guessing 2,000.
So there's right now. Wait, where's the pot? Right now there's 1,100 in the pot. Bet of $500. Slate,
Now,
I say,
this is where you pick up on Slate. He's
Look.
been ho humming, right? He's been popping off and talking.
And he's
now he
playing with the
slows
button.
it down,
yeah, he's playing with the button.
acting like he's got nothing, contemplating a call.
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
This is the first Hollywood we've seen. Okay, let's say this. He may not know the action's on him. Heads
A
up.
lot of times he does say, "I don't even know what I have."
So what does he do?
He said 500.
No, he raised to 5,000. Jeff goes all in, and Slate's going to pick up the biggest pot of the night. Is on the last hand of the night.
14K.
No, 8,000 because Jeff only had 3,000. 4,000.
What a bad way to grind all night long.
God, he played
to
so good.
Nuts over second nuts.
Yeah, nuts over. Oh my gosh, a jack of diamonds would have been the only card that could have saved him right there. Slate just kind of shakes his head because he
Or,
knows.
or a non-diamond.
Yeah,
right?
or a non-diamond. Yeah,
Just
or-
not a diamond.
Just not a diamond. Man, that's a brutal way to end the night. That's gonna put, that's gonna put Michael Slate as the big winner tonight. Slate's got
From feast to rags to riches,
yeah.
huh?
Slate's got $14,445. He is up $4,445. Billy's got $14,700. He's up $3,700. Reagan's got $13,500. He's up $3,500. Frankie's at $10,200. He's up $200. Sergio's at $4,800. He's down $125. Bo is at $7,005. He's up $2,005. Jason Griffin is at $13,075. He's down $2,000. And Daryl is unfortunately down $8,000.
Quite possibly the last hand of the night. Billy got pocket kings.
Oh my gosh, they were able to squeeze one more hand. They were going to play the button and start it at PLO on the next table. So this is going to be the last hand of the night. Slate's got so many chips, he just has to put his cards on top of the chips. So we've got a raise with pocket kings to $50, and coming along is Jack 5 suited, Jack 10 offsuit the Basil, 10-5 suited, Queen 5 suited, and Queen 7 suited. So it sounds like we're going to the ball with a lot of suits.
Yes.
Or a boardroom.
Or prom.
Or prom.
Or that's a tuxedo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Flop comes out. Ace of diamonds, 9 of hearts, Queen of diamonds. Slate picks up the best drawing hand. Billy's got the best hand with kings, followed by Frankie with a queen and Daryl with a queen.
No aces.
No aces. We're going to have a bet of $250 from Billy. That's going to force Bo to fold. Jason calls.
On the gutter.
Slate calls. Daryl's going to let go of his hand. Frankie's going to, I don't know, Frankie. I don't think Frankie calls.
Frankie's full.
Frankie does fold. So we've got three-way action, $1,100 in the pot, a dead card of a 3 on the turn. I think it's going to go check, check, check unless Slate pulls some boing boings. It does check. River card comes a 3. Billy's ahead with the kings, and everybody is checking. I think everybody's checking. Action's on Billy. Billy looks like he did check, didn't it?
I thought so, but
He does. Jason's going to check. Slate's bets $300. Billy's going to call the $300. That's a $300 gift. I don't know what. Jason could steal this pot right here. You know that?
and that's what he's thinking about.
It looks like he's
We
thinking how
check
much.
the turn.
Yeah.
Well, we check.
Oh, he lets it go. Slate's gonna. Billy's gonna make him show his 10-5. He makes him show his 10-5. So closing out the night here, Billy's gonna pick up the last hand with kings. Slate's looking for a way that he can win that hand, but he's not gonna be able to find it. You see the pot being pushed to Billy, and all the players are racking their chips. Action is not complete at Kojak's, however. They're moving from the live stream table over to table number 4. And I can promise you, every single week over at table number 4, when they're off camera, they get wild. They try to play a little controlled on the live feed here, but they're going to get a little wild over on the non-live feed camera. So closing out tonight, what did you see tonight, Mr. Murray, besides a lot of bad jokes?
Just a lot of blah poker, to tell you the truth. Nobody
not taking anything away from them.
No. It's not against the players. It was just.
It was straightforward poker.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot of creativity in the game. It just was what it was tonight.
So, once again, we close out a session of the $10 round of each live stream hold'em on Saturday night. It will be picking up next Saturday night again. In between now and then, we do have a $200 bounty tournament Sunday. We have a $200 freeze out tournament on Tuesday. We're closed on Mondays. On Wednesday, we have a $100 PLO tournament. If any of the guys watching this or playing this need some practice. And Thursday night, we have the real practice session. We have a round of each PLO high and hold'em tournaments. So we've got plenty of action in between now and then. Murray's probably going to hit the tables a couple times.
I just got word, too, that Brian Duplantis is treating at Osaka's Monday.
Awesome, Brian. We truly do appreciate that.
Yes.
Brian Duplantis. He does say, hey, Murray, Osaka's. So in 30 minutes, he's going to be disappointed to find out that he is buying at Osaka's. Not really, but we wish. So closing out tonight, I'm Charlie. This is Mr. Chris Murray.
Yes, sir.
We thank you so much.
I had a good time, guys. I hope get invited back.
Bull poo. So,
Bull poo.
Yeah, bull poo.
No,
We do appreciate Mr. Murray stepping in and helping out. Hopefully next week, Mr. Carter will be back from that hot air balloon excursion. Not for sure on that, but live at Kojak's is closed tonight. Thanks a lot, guys.
Peace.